Tonight we crown a champion as the final round is finally here for the Top Fuel Racing Summer Indy Lights Series, and we are live from Indianapolis Motor Speedway for what seems to be what is going to be an absolute barn burner here tonight, live on Bofa Broadcasting. Sam Cooper Bennett up in the booth with you, not joined by Tony Chapasso tonight as he has taken the night off and he's going to be on the track tonight, so looking forward to seeing what he can do tonight. We are just under 15 minutes left in the session here tonight before we go to qualifying, and I wanted to start this broadcast early just so we can get a nice big build up before the race itself tonight. Definitely one to look forward to. You definitely want to stay tuned for this one. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic show for you tonight. Scott Brinson, the league owner. I'm going to try and get a word in with him in a few minutes. But first, let's go to a quick ad break. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Then we'll get this show kicking. We'll get this show started. We'll be back. Please stay tuned. Wow.
Down into turn number one. Another slide job and crossover. The brakes are glowing on that left front as we go 3 wide for the third spot. Making sure they won't pull up. Almost an intersection. Almost pushing each other into the intersection and around. It's going to be fun to keep an eye on some of the B-main bombers in this one. Gotta keep an eye on it all, but this is the battle to watch right here, the battle for third. By the way, a little homework. Morris was able to make it back on track.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Scott Speed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is going to get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
So start ignition.
We're back live here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the finale of the Summer Lites Series, brought to you by Top Fuel Racing. As we are going to try and speak to our league owner, Mr. Scott Brinson. And he's with me in the booth right now. Scott, final race of the season. It's been a fantastic season so far. Just give you your thoughts going into tonight's race.
Yeah, how you doing tonight, Sam? Thought I'd pop up here in the broadcast booth and crash the booth. I think it's going to be your typical pro Mazda race at Indianapolis, where you're going to have about 22 of us out there on top of each other.
Yeah, we've already seen some 4 wide moments, maybe 5 wide moments already out in the hot lap sessions. You've got an outside chance of claiming the title tonight here, Scott. That'll be your second of the year so far. What do you think you can do out here and try and snatch that title from Sage Karam tonight?
Well, the only thing I can do is hope I get a little luck. It's kind of out of my hands. Sage's got a nice, comfortable 19-point lead, so it's going to take him, getting caught up in some stuff when he starts racing it up. I have a feeling at some point he'll race it up. I guess it's a matter of how many cars are left there if he does get caught up into something, but it's going to take something like that for me to have any chance, so...
Yeah, there is always that one chance, and I know the sort of driver you are. You are my teammate after all. If you see a chance, you always go for it. So there's always that little thing there that if you see something there, you're going to go for it. And any advantage you can take tonight will be greatly rewarded. And I'm pretty sure you're going to be going for it tonight anyway.
Well, the thing about this kind of race is it's so long. It's 85 laps. It's 213 miles. And nobody can go nowhere. So what sets in, like I was talking about last week, is the monotony of it. And that's what everybody's going to be fighting tonight, boredom. They got to fight boredom. You got to stay focused. You can't wreck the guy next to you, because when you wreck the guy next to you, you're going to wreck the next 5 guys behind you. So it's a matter of staying out of all that tonight. It's going to happen. How much it's going to happen, I don't know. Hopefully not a lot. But if I'm there at the end, of course I'm going to go for it. I really got nothing to lose. So it's checkers or wreckers tonight. Sage is the one that's got to watch the minefield and kind of tiptoe through the minefield. I'm just going to be blaze of glory. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and just give your thoughts on Tony being out on the track tonight. I mean, you usually see him up in the booth, but making his track debut for Top Fuel Racing tonight.
Yeah, I was just I thanked him there in the drivers' meeting on behalf of Beaufort Broadcasting, and I was glad to see that he's going to be making his first start out there tonight. And I hope he has fun out there. He popped down into my team speak for a few minutes. We shared some words, and I just told him, gave him a little bit of advice, just kind of hang in the rear with the gear for a little while and kind of let all the carnage sort itself out. And, he'd have a better shot of being there at the end. So, but, once they drop the green flag, usually, racing takes over, and it's kind of hard sometimes to fall to the rear. But we'll just see how the start of this thing goes. But you're going to likely definitely see me back there. But hopefully I'll see Tony back there with me, and hopefully he'll have a good run tonight.
Well, that's the aim of the race tonight. It's just start at the back and work your way forward. But with any race, you're going to see a lot of aggression out there and people just trying to get that one last good result in before the end of the season. And yeah, definitely going to be a fun race tonight, Scott. So all that's left to say is just wish you the best of luck. Is there anyone you're going to give a shout out before I let you go?
Well, yeah, of course, I want to thank Beaufort Broadcasting for being here, not only on Wednesday nights, but Sam, you offered to cover this Sunday night series. I never intended for this Sunday night series to ever be broadcasted. I was distracted by the accident out there on the track. But I would never intended for this to be broadcasted on Sunday nights. It was more of just a fun thing. We were just going to run it, Anybody showed up, cool. Turned out to be really great turnouts all season long. So I just want to thank all the drivers that came out this season and supported this, secondary series on a secondary night, not our main night that we run. And all in all, it was pretty successful. We've had some fun. I know we've had some issues with some moments, but other than that, we're good. And I think this is going to be a good race tonight as long as everybody's just cool out there. And I want to thank all those that showed up tonight. I think we got 22 of them. And lastly, I just want to thank my mom. I love her very much. Without her, I couldn't be here, obviously. And I also want to thank my girlfriend, because without her, probably, who knows, I'd probably be in jail. The world's barely tolerable. So she keeps me grounded. So I love her to death, Brittany. I love you. She was just here just a little bit ago. She just went home. Hopefully she got home safely. I'm about to give her a call here in a minute. Make sure she did get home safely before Q starts. But other than that, just thank all the sponsors, man. Discount Nutrition here in Tampa, Florida. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. DNCsupplements.com. They'll ship to anywhere in the United States. And they'll definitely beat GNC's prices or any of your local vitamin stores. Also want to thank Paul Crumright at Crumbs Customs /PK Motorsports. Want to thank Michael Lawler over at AZ Direct. Michael does a lot for this, including sponsoring the team championship for the IR18 series and kicking in money for the season payouts as we go along for like race to race. So big thanks to all those guys and anyone else who supports Top Fuel Racing. Appreciate it. And thanks to all the fans. Hope you all enjoy the race tonight. It's championship night at the old Brickyard.
Absolutely. Well, Scott, best of luck for you out there tonight. I know it's going to be an uphill climb for you to claim that championship, but anything can happen around this track, and I know you'll be jumping on any advantage you can get here tonight. So best of luck, and hopefully, well, obviously, we'll be speaking to you at the end of the broadcast.
All right, man. I just got to notice that Tony, he's available if you'd like to interview him, and I think you should, because it'll be the first time he's been interviewed as a driver.
I think so, and I'm
somebody cutting during qualifying.
I'm gonna reach out to Tony Trapasso right now. Tony, making your track debut tonight for Top Fuel Racing. How's it feeling out there?
It kind of feels like old hat. We were just talking in the team chatter about how to if race management's going to police the qualifying other than Sam doing it. And sorry for any blue language that just came across the air, folks.
That's all right. It's expected being a driver. I know what it's like, and obviously with your past history, you know what it's like as well. So, Tony, going into tonight's race, I know the nerves are kicking in right now before we go green tonight. But what are your thoughts out there? I know you like this track and car combination.
Well, I think it's going to be worse than any Talladega pack we've ever seen in the history of ever. Only because of how this car drafts up, and it's going to take a hell of a run. You're not going to be able to hang on the outside and just get by the leader. You're going to actually have to time a run to get by anybody who's able to hug that white line. So track position is going to be really key tonight, and you've got to be spot on your pit stop.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck for you tonight, Tony. I know you're going to be trying as hard as you can, and also trying to stay out of trouble. But just do the best you can out there, and you know yourself, the results will come. But best of luck tonight, Tony, and hopefully we'll be speaking to you in the post-race broadcast.
Well, with any luck, at the end of the night, you'll be talking to me again in the Napa Auto Parts Eklund Electronics PH Aware number 315.
Absolutely. Well, good luck, Tony, and have a good race.
Thanks, Sam.
As that was my usual broadcast partner making his track debut tonight, Mr. Tony Trapasso. Let's go out and take a look at the point standings before we go anywhere else tonight. As you're seeing Mr. Sage Karam leading the point standings by 19 points. Well, by 13. Well, yeah, 19 points. But Ronnie Osmond obviously sitting in second place there. But he won't be here tonight, unfortunately, having to go to college. So Scott Brinson takes over the second spot and has a 19-point deficit to Sage Karam. Rick Ravon sits in fourth. Kevin O'Brien in fifth. He's the man with the biggest outside chance of taking the title tonight, but that is going to require some retirements in the top guys ahead of him. Jeff Hollingsworth in 6th, 7th is James McDavid. Had such a good run this season, but missed the last couple of races and dropped down the table very, very quickly. Hopefully, and unfortunately, it looks like he's not going to be here again tonight, so he's going to miss out on a boatload of points and probably going to drop further down the table. Paul Crumright sitting in P8, despite all the bad luck, he's still in the top 10. David Martinez hoping to be further up the table, but unfortunately sitting in P9, and Carl Burke rounding out your top 10 with 200 points here as we go into tonight's race. Give you the results in the hot lap sessions right now. Sage Karam, no surprise there. He's sitting at the top of the hot lap session, having a scoring. Rick Ravon sitting there in second. Michael Jeans up in third. As we're going to switch over to qualifying now. Didn't actually give me a chance to do the whole results, but we're going to go and switch over to qualifying now. As wow, there's a lot of people burning fuel. As Kris is your first man to make it out of pit road. You see him right there. And the number 27. And he's going to be your first man putting a lap time down tonight. The qualifying time's up on your screen there. So you'll be able to see what is going on here tonight. So Kris, the first man to go out on track in that number 27 machine. Jack Daniels machine. Good choice of paint scheme there, Mr. Samad. Comes out of turn 4 to start his timed run now. And let's see what the benchmark is going to be here as he crosses the yard of bricks. Start his first timed run here. Through turns 1 and 2. You know this car is so much slower than an IndyCar, but it drafts like an IndyCar so nicely. I mean, I raced this car at Pocono and it's just the same feeling. And it's a great feeling to be in such a big draft with such a small car. Looks like we've got 22 drivers set to take the green here tonight. Good field for this kind of race. It's a big race field here tonight. Summer Lites Series finale. So here he comes through turns 3 and 4. Kris going to put the benchmark time down here. Out of turn 4 and down towards the yard of bricks. Goes towards that inside wall to get a better draft off the wall, I assume. And let's see what that gives him. That gives him a 59.690. As Keith Mayato, his teammate, goes into second place. John Morganti going straight to the top of the standings. Kieran Brughelli, I did get your name wrong eventually there, into third. Tony Trapasso, we just spoke to him, he just slots into fourth in the Napa Auto Parts number 315. Michael Jeans into sixth now as... Oh yeah, he was in sixth anyway. We're waiting for the likes of Scott Brinson. But Ethan Legler there and Mark Legler. On track. Nate Siefka and Sage Karam not out on track yet. Paul Cromwright in the 7-up number 8. I actually like saying that. As Rick Ravon. Oh, a few connection problems there for the number 11. Not going to be good for him. There's Kris gets his second lap down and he goes straight to the top of the standings as Kevin O'Brien moves into second. Tony Trapasso putting his car at the top of the timing sheets. Good lap for that man with a 59.365 for the man in the Napa Auto Parts machine. Let's go to David Martinez, who's just put his car onto pole as well. Mark Legler slots into number 5 in the number 5 spot. Robert Dudley. I can't speak tonight. I can't speak any night. In 9th, Paul Cromwright slots into 10th place. Rick Ravon still down there in P14. Not a good qualifying session for him so far. Nate Siefka, he's finally out on track tonight. Got Brinson slots into P12. As Joe Morganti slaps a nice big lap on the top of the standings there. Absolutely slapped the people around him. 26 thousandths of a second And that's good enough for pole position so far. Tony Trapasso trying his best, and he is 4/1000th of a second slower than Chris Simard. Chris Simard, the last man in the top 3. Damon Martinez responds and goes straight to the pole here at Indianapolis. Mark Legler moves his way up to P3. Great lap for him. Paul Crumride drops into 3rd place. Great lap for him. Question is, what can Joe Morganti do here as he comes out of turn 4? Chris Simard goes to the top of the standings. Kevin O'Brien in 2nd now. What can Joe Morganti do here as he comes towards the line? No improvement for Joe Morganti. Michael Jeans goes to the top of the standings out of nowhere. Sage Karam finally out on track now. Let's see what this man can do. And the man that's leading the championship by 19 points going into this final race. Round turns 3 and 4. Taking a very wide line coming out of 4. Almost hitting the wall. Damon Martinez steals the pole from Michael Jeans on his 4th and final lap. Kevin Paskowitz jumping into 3rd place. So he started his qualifying run with an absolute fashion here. Having a complete madness here. Let's see if his teammate slots into P8. So Kevin Paskowitz, the fastest of the Phenomenal Evolution drivers. Joe Morganti and Tony Trapasso, the other two, down in P9 and P10 respectively. Go back to Sage Karam. You see him on that inside line. That's the fast line in the Pro Mazda around this track. See what he can do here. As around the final 2 corners he goes, out of turn 4, cuts that white line. Down towards the yard of bricks he goes, and see what that's going to put him. Straight into P19. Disappointing lap there for Karam. Question is how... is he going to improve on his 2nd lap? He's got 4 laps, remember, so he's got plenty of time. He's the slowest driver on the track. And just look at the lap times. You've got less than a 10th of a second separating the top 17 drivers. Keith Mayato, 96,000th of a second back from Damon Martinez. Jeff Hollingsworth moves his way into P20 ahead of Sage Karam, but here comes Karam now. Let's see if he can improve his time. We know he will. Over the yard of bricks, and no improvement. So Sage Karam possibly saving his best for last. He's on his 3rd lap now. Chris Walker finally makes his way into the session. And Sage Karam running out of time. I think he's only got time for 1 more lap. After this one, I don't think he's even got time for that one. As he makes his way through turn 4 here. Out of turn 4 again towards the yard of bricks for the end of his 3rd lap. See if he can improve this time round. And he's usually the last one out on track, so create a bit of drama here across the line. Let's see what he gets here. Only P18 for Sage Karam. Really struggling in this qualifying session, and then you don't want to be in the pack when you go green flag racing. Goes below the yellow line through turn 2. See what he can get for this last lap. Not sure if he's got time to do it though. Tyler Vickery finally making his way into the session as well. And he's not going to have time. Sage Karam not going to complete his final lap here, as that is qualifying done. And with that, we are going to go to our grid for tonight's race. As, wow. Damon Martinez jumping up onto the pole with a 59.255. Joining him on the front row is Nate Siefka, coming out of nowhere and taking the second spot. Third is on row 2 is Michael Jeans and Kevin Pasquich. Row 3 is Chris Samard and Paul Crumroy. Row 4 is Jake Champion and Kevin O'Brien. And row 5 is Johnny Antonucci and Joe Morganti. Row 6 is Tony Trapasso and Kieran Brughelli. Row 7 is Mark Legler and Scott Brinson. Row 7 is Mark Walker and Robert Dudley. Row 8, that's row 9, is Keith Mayato and Sage Karam. And row 10 is Jeff Hollingsworth and Ethan Legler. Row 11 is Rick Ravon and Carl Streichars. Row 12 is going to be Chris Walker and Tyler Vickery. And that is going to round out your field of 24 drivers here tonight. And, can't write it really, can you? Seeing a very blurry picture there. There we go. We're waiting for Damon Martinez to line up on the grid, claiming his second pole in a row here. He claimed pole last week. And you see Damon Martinez running that very classic Rothman's Williams paint scheme. Running a Formula 1 paint scheme. We heard what Tony Trapasso said last week about the paint schemes here in the Pro Masters. Beware the people wearing the Formula 1 paint schemes. I'm only joking. As the pace car peels off and we're ready to go. They're rolling now. We've got 85 laps here around Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Michael Jean's not getting off the grid very well. Not very good there. David Martinez going to lead them to green here tonight. 24 cars set to take the green here tonight. So, a fairly big field. I remember Scott Brinson saying he did want 30, but 24 is good enough. It'll do. As his mother told him it could be anything, so David Martinez decided he wanted to be a pace car. As we're getting ready to get them going here tonight. Long pacing lap here. That's why I keep repeating myself. As they make their way through the final two corners, they now made their way through turn 4. Not sure what's going on here, as Nate Siefka's way ahead of David Martinez. Martinez holding up the inside line by the looks of things, and everybody getting stacked up already, ready to get this thing going as the pace car peels off. We're getting ready for 85 laps of racing action here. And away we go! The final race of the Top Fuel Summer Lites Series is underway. Damon Martinez getting off to a great start after bunching up the field there. Nate Siefka going to slot into second. Michael, wait for it to sort itself out. As Damon Martinez under pressure from Michael Jeans already. And for some reason, Tyler Vickery starting from pit road here. That's not going to be good for him. And Michael Jeans taking... No, it's nice. See if you're going to get the nose out in front as they go through turns 3 and 4. And got Paul Crumry on the outside, trying to make it 3 wide already. As they come through turn 4, you see it there. So 3 wide out of turn 4. Nate Seifka on his own in the middle there. And he got it... How many wide back there? You go back to Scott Brinson. Oh, very close there. Robert Dudley almost coming up on Mark Walker there. So this is the main pack. Well, not the main pack. This is the second pack. We've got 3 separate packs here. Rick Ravon dropping to the back behind Tyler Vickery, who's already a lap down, I might add. And is driving another classic Formula 1 scheme. Anyway, back at the front, Paul Crumry, Michael Jeans and Nate Seifka still 3 wide as they make their way through turn 3. And Damon Martinez just sitting there. Same for Kevin Paskowicz. Paskowicz would love to get a win here. Likes these super speedways, does Mr. Paskowicz. And he's got Chris Simard right behind him. There's Kevin O'Brien on the outside as well. Johnny Antonucci there. Loves those McLaren schemes, does Mr. Antonucci. There's still 3 wide at the front. Very spread out this pack. Tony Trapasso falling to the back there. Just ahead of Sage Karam. Karam just back there as well, biding his time. So everybody minding their P's and Q's so far here tonight. Don't want to be too aggressive in the early running of this race. It's a long, long race here tonight. As here comes Kevin O'Brien on the outside there. Is he going to try and make it 4 wide? I don't think he is. He's too far back. But it's Jeff Hollingsworth is up there in P6 now, just ahead of Joe Morganti. Everybody's still jockeying for position here. About to start lap 4. Who's going to get the lap this time round? Paul Crumry's getting a push towards the line. And give that one to Crumry, I think. Yes, you do. The Crumry getting a bonus point for leading a lap. Nate Seifka still got the note out in front, but that one, it's the lap time of the scoring is showing Michael Jeans as your leader. Robert Dudley pushing his way up to 3rd place now. Going to make a very aggressive move down to the bottom line there. Everybody's still jockeying for position here. Joe Morganti just right behind Damon Martinez now as they go into turn 3. Morganti himself just ahead of Keith Maiato. Everybody just needs to be careful here. Early running of the race. You see Paul Crumry just dropping back there to get a bit of air. Everybody all bunched together apart from Tyler Vickery and Rick Ravon. Rick Ravon dropping back down to P23 already. Already 5 seconds off the pace. The same for Jake Champion there. He's just ahead of him. Back at the front. All to play for between these guys. Look at them all bunched together. Like an angry hornet's nest. Chris Walker, late entrance into the race. He is there in he's scored in P4 right now. At the moment, the battle for the lead is between Robert Dudley and Michael Jeans. Everybody making runs forward and then falling backwards. Don't want to be too aggressive in the early running of this race. We're already on lap 5, about to tick over to lap 6. Looks like Michael Jeans has finally got a clear there as we've got someone in the wall. That's Johnny Antonucci. As caution number 1 comes out. And let's take another look at that. Ooh, bit of error push, just putting him into the wall there. Nobody else collected in that, thankfully. Let's take another look. It looks like he was battling with Kyle Strychars. take another look from the chopper. You see Strychar's in the black and red car. You see Antonucci in the black McLaren paint scheme. You see there, just pushed up into the wall slightly. I think that was the boredom thing that Scott Brinson was talking about. Really, really hurting Johnny Antonucci there. He has got some severe damage. He's probably going to get it back in pit road and get that fixed. But Michael Jeans is your leader. Although it's showing Joe Morganti as the leader. As it looks like everyone's going to come down pit road. No! Michael Jeans is going to fake pit here. As Keith Mayata is going to bring it down. Jeff Hollingsworth going to bring it down. Strychars, Paskowicz, and a whole host of other drivers. Let's go to our pit lane camera and find out what these guys are going to do here. And who's going to win the race off pit road here. See the guys that have stayed out there. Got Brinson, one of them. Obviously Johnny Antonucci having to come in to burn his fast repair, I assume. The Strychar's going to win the race off pit road, and Paskowicz going to be second. Tony Trapasso coming off third. Sage Karam fourth. Here comes Johnny Antonucci, followed by Keith Mayato, followed by Ethan Legler, I think that is. Crumwright, Brigelli, Samad, Mark Walker, Rick Ravon, Tyler Vickery, Jeff Hollingsworth, and finally Jake Champion. Back at the front here, Michael Jeans is your leader. Take a look at the weather here for tonight's race. Conditions mostly cloudy out there tonight, today, as you can see. Air temperature is 81 degrees Fahrenheit. That gives us a track temperature of 92 degrees Fahrenheit. Not too bad. Not too bad. That's very raceable conditions. Any conditions are raceable. You just have to get used to it. Anyway. The top five as it stands right now. Michael Jeans is in the lead. Joe Morganti is in second. Robert Dudley third. Chris Walker is in fourth after joining late into the session. And Nate Siefka sitting in fifth. Pole sitter Damon Martinez back there in P6. So not had the best of start here tonight, but be hoping, he knows it's a long race and be hoping to get back up there as quickly as possible. Got Brinson moving his way up to P7. Mark Legler is in 8th. Kevin O'Brien is in 9th. Kyle Strychars, as you just saw, won the race off pit road. Paskowicz there in 11th. Tony Trapasso in 12th. Sage Karam in 13th. Johnny Antonucci in 14th after he brought the caution out. The first caution out tonight. Ethan Legler, the man in P16. Rick Ravon, hoping to get a better run this time round. Did not have the best of starts and falling way back, and the only person he could race with at that time was Jake Champion. Hoping to get a better run this time round, as it looks like we are 1 to green. And we are. Everybody 2 by 2 here, giving each other plenty of room. That's what I wanted to say. As Michael Jeans is your man that's going to bring them back to green here. As they make their way through turn 3. And this race will restart on lap 9 of 85. Through turn 4 now. And the pace car's going to peel off. Let's see how long Michael Jeans holds him down. And away we go. We're back under green flag conditions. Not quite yet, but they're early going. And you can hear they're up to speed already. And into turn 1 they go. It looks like Robert Dudley going to get the advantage into turn 1 on the inside. Same for Nate Seeker. Joe Morganti not having the best restart on that outside line. And already Robert Dudley challenging on the outside of Michael Jesus to come out of turn 2 and towards that long backstretch. As there it is. There's the 4 wide. And who is going to take advantage here? It looks like Nate Seifka got a nose out in front of Michael Jeans. Someone taking a very audacious move down the... Oh, we got a big wreck. We have got a huge wreck there. I just did not notice that while I was focusing on Sage Karam. Take another look at that. You see Sage Karam diving down to the access road. Oh, it was contact between Robert Dudley and Michael Jeans. Unlucky for Martinez as he was caught up in that as well. Let's go back to Michael Jeans. As we are going to take a look at that. That did not do us any justice whatsoever, did it? You see the contact there. Almost collects Chris Walker. David Martinez caught in that. Looks like Kevin O'Brien got a piece of that too. And looks like Mark Legler got some of that too as well. Yes, he did. He got a big piece of it. And also got stuck in the wall at the same time. So caution number 2 is out here. And not what you want to see in the early part of this race. So Nate Seifka gifted the lead there with Chris Walker in second, Joe Morganti in third. Robert Dudley lucky to still be in this thing in P4. Kevin O'Brien is in 5th. Kyle Streichard's in 6th. 7th is Scott Brinson. Up to 8th now is Tony Trapasso. 9th is Kevin Paskowicz. And rounding out the top 10 is Keith Moyato. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned. As you join us live here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Lights are off on the pace car here. As we're getting ready to go green again. As Nate Siefka is your man. Gonna bring them back to the green here. Let's see what happens here on this restart. Let's see if they can get a clean run going this time round. As we're waiting for the pace car to make that hard left turn. Well, it's not a hard left turn, it just peels off into the pit road. And Nate Siefka, your man, in charge here as we're going to go to the green one more time on lap 13 of 85. There goes the pace car. There goes some people down pit road. Not sure what's going on here as we're back under green conditions again. It looks like Brighelli's going down pit road. Kieran Brighelli taking it down pit road as here comes Nate Siefka, gets a good run on the restart. Robert Dudley is your man on the inside there. That's Kris Walker on the outside. Kevin Paskowitz trying to make his way up to third place. And Tony Trapasso is there alongside Paul Crumroy as they go through turn 2. So we've separated into 2 separate packs already. And it looks like Kris Walker's making a push towards the front here as they go towards turn 3. He's bringing Tony Trapasso with him. And it looks like he's bringing Ethan Legler with him too. Legler going to make a lane of his own though as he goes through the middle. And Scott Brinson going to jump on that as well. As Ethan Legler going to make a run for the front here as there he goes through the middle. Very tight now, the gap is closing as they come towards the line. Legler going to lead his first lap here. He's going to shut the door on Robert Dudley. He's going to try to anyway. As through turn 2 they go. And Robert Dudley going to assume the lead here. And this is going to happen quite a lot here tonight. The lead is going to change a lot here tonight. Ethan Legler, you saw the way he pushed to the front there. And here comes Scott Brinson on the outside now. He's going to make a push to the front. Being pushed by Kris Walker as they go into turn 3 here. Scott Brinson got gold on his mind here tonight. The rest of his championship contenders are way back in the field. Sage Karam down in P14. Rick Ravon in 15th. And Kevin O'Brien in 18th. So Scott Brinson in a prime position as they all get bunched up here. Here comes Michael Jeans to try and get his lap back. He's back on the lead lap. He's done it the hard way, but how long can he stay there? Really stinking up the show here. Joe Morganti there, fighting with his teammates there, Tony Trapasso and Kevin Paskowitz as they go through turn 2. So they're 3 wide as they go towards turn 3. Joe Morganti going to try and make an extra lane for himself as they go into turn 3. There comes Carl Strychards through the middle as well now. Michael Jeans hoping for a caution here as he's got a nose out in front of the leaders. Somebody just coming out of pit road there. Looks like Kieran Brighelli's just coming out of pit road, and it is. Coming down towards turn 1 now. Looks like Michael Jeans gonna lose that lap again as here comes Nate Siefka to the outside now. 2 columns of 3 wide here. This is close racing. This is racing at its closest, actually. You cannot get any closer than this. At all. In open wheel racing, anyway. Here comes Ethan Legler again. He's going to join up to the back of Kris Walker. Trying to find a 4th lane there. Not going to make it work. Man in the 93. Through turn 4 now. And who's going to take advantage here? There's got a big single file pack behind him. That's David Martinez leading a nice little single file there behind him. Looks like Sage Karam's joined that pack now as well. But look at that. Bit of single file action behind it. Damon Martinez. That is Jake Champion right there. He's got Kevin O'Brien to his outside. Just ahead of him there. As Martinez is going to go further back. Mark Walker is back there too. Just behind Jake Champion now. Jeff Hollingsworth is there too. Mark Legler is there but a lap down. And Rick Ravon still having troubles there. He's fallen back to P19. Meanwhile, back at the front, Chris Walker still trying to lead this thing as Robert Dudley and Ethan Legler are trying to make names for themselves here. As the 3 wide down the start-finish straight, Drychild's getting a bit out of shape there as they go towards turn 1. Everybody right there. Any one of these guys could win this race at this point. Sage Karam is right there too. He's just clinging onto the back of this pack. It looks like they're all starting to bunch up again. Which could only spell bad news for these guys because anything could happen in these bunched up situations. Passo moves his way into 4th. He's going to make a run on the inside now. Is he going to try and make a 4th lane? No, he's not. He's going to stick to that bottom white line. Just stay behind Michael Jeans for now. Got teammate for help behind him. That's Joe Morganti. He's got 2 teammates behind him actually. Kevin Pasquich is right there too. Nate Siefka's in that pack somewhere as well. There you see him just darting to the outside. Actually, no. Yeah, that was Nate Siefka. As Nate Siefka going to move his way up through the pack. On that outside line, he's got Ethan Legler right in front of him though. Blocked out by Ethan Legler. And we're on lap 19 now. We're going to be going on to lap 20 very soon. Very different running order here for tonight's race. Usually you see in the likes of Ravon Motorsports up the front. As we got connection problems there for Scott Brinson. Not what you want to see here. Oh, Robert Dudley and Tony Trapasso almost banging wheels there as they come out of turn 4. Got to keep it clean here, especially in the early part of this race. As here comes Kevin Pasquich now darting to the outside of his teammate. Tyler Vickery now in that pack as well. Morganti getting a bit restless there behind Scott Brinson. As now someone decides to try and make a 4th lane as Joe Morganti falling asleep at the wheel, but it seems, and getting onto the grass there. Chris Walker, your man, he's under pressure from Carl Strychards though. He's got Ethan Legler pushing him. And Walker himself has got Robert Dudley pushing him. Don't want to get too close though. These cars are not designed for bump drafting. And there's only going to be one way you're going to find out, and that's the hard way. Into turn 1 they go. Another lap completed. We're now on lap 21 of 85. Chris Walker, your man, in the lead right now. Michael Jean's actually helping his cause there because with Michael Jean's right next to him, Tony Trapasso can't make his way forward. And Strychards seems to be struggling on that outside line too. Oh! Chris Walker goes around! Big problems there for Walker into the wall in a big way. Go back and find out what happened there. I want to say it was Robert Dudley that was involved in that. Take a look. Yes, it was. It was Robert Dudley taking out Chris Walker and Michael Jeans. Not what you want to see here. Let's take a look at it from Robert Dudley's point of view. Robert Dudley has fallen back to P11 now. Let's take a look from his cockpit. Into need to tear off there, Robert. Coming out of turn 2 there. Robert Dudley just too close, and then hooks the back end of Kris Walker. And a big mistake there by the man in the number 49. And we got a big wreck. We got a huge wreck here. Involving Joe Morganti. What's happened there? Let's take a look. Oh, Nate Seifka got it all wrong and his teammate collects him. Robert Dudley gets a big piece of that. Let's take a look at that from Nate Seifka's point of view, because he was the cause of that. Oh, it looks like something happened between him and Ethan Legler. And then it just caused his car to go sideways. Joe Morganti and Robert Dudley both had nowhere to go at this point. The lead of the race is going to go to Ethan Legler. On lap 23 of 85, we're on to caution number 3 here. Good bit of running there for those guys. Although I don't think Kris Walker and Nate Seifka would see it that way. Neither would Joe Morganti or Robert Dudley. Legler, your man out in front right now. Tony Trapasso up in an impressive 2nd place. Carl Streichart is in 3rd. Kevin Paskowicz sits in 4th. Kevin O'Brien in 5th. As it looks like we've got pit stop starting now. So let's go to our pit camera again and see who is going to come out on top in this one. A bit of blinking there from Scott Brinson. As it looks like Kevin O'Brien's going to stay out and lead a lap. David Martinez going to get a lucky dog. Oh, Nate Seifka very angrily goes into his pit box, as it looks like Jeff Hollingsworth going to win the race off pit road here. So, Jeff Hollingsworth winning the race off pit road. I think they're just coming off pit road there. Carl Streichart is going to be the next one off pit road, followed by Kevin Paskowicz, followed by Tyler Vickery, followed by Tony Trapasso. Ethan Legler, who was leading when the caution came out, he falls back to 8th place. Taking a long pit stop there. Took 4 tyres that time round. Mark Walker comes out in 9th, and Scott Brinson just coming out of pit road there in P10. Joe Morganti is finally back up to speed, and he is. We're now just behind Sage Karam. Slowly making his way up the field, but not in the best way he wants possible. Although seeing Scott Brinson falling back as far as he has helped his cause. But Kevin O'Brien got a 30 point gap to make up, but he's going the right way about it, as he actually brings it pit road this time. It looks like Kieran Brugelli's going to go with him as well. Jake Champion's down as well. Mark Legler down as well. Looks like Jeff Hollingsworth down again as well. Carl Streichart is going to take over the lead of the race here, with Kevin Paskowicz in 2nd. Tyler Vickery up to 3rd. And Tony Trapasso in 4th. Watch for Ethan Legler though. He took 4 tyres on that pit stop. And speaking of pit stops, we're going to make one ourselves. We'll be back in just a couple of moments.
Down into turn number 1. Another slide job and crossover. The brakes are glowing on that left front as we go 3 wide for the third spot. Making sure they won't pull up. Almost in intersection. Almost pushing each other into the intersection and around. It's going to be fun to keep an eye on some of the main bombers in this one. Gotta keep an eye on it all, but this is the battle to watch right here, the battle for third. By the way, a little homework. Morris was able to make it back on track.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Scott Speed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is going to get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a
You rejoin us live here at Indianapolis. We are about to get them under green once again. Carl Streichar is the man to bring them back to the point here tonight. This time round. So let's see what he can do this time round. Kevin Pasquich is going to be there. Tyler Vickery's there, and Tony Trapasso is there. So phenomenal evolution. 2, 3, and 4 right now. Having a great race so far. See what they can do. Completely surrounding the poor man known as Streichar. Someone's just blown an engine. That's Mark Walker. Oh dear. As they're coming to the green, Mark Walker blows an engine. That's going to really hurt his race now. As we're back on the green again, Carl Streichar gets off to a decent restart. Kevin Pasquich going to follow him. Tyler Vickery going to fall backwards, and Scott Brinson going to move his way up to 4th place. Tony Trapasso going to file into 3rd place. As here comes Kevin Pasquich now going to try the outside line. Going through 2. And they're side by side as they come down the backstretch. And give that one to, actually, Scott Brinson going to push his way to the front. Kevin Pasquich got the lead, but Scott Brinson got a better run on that outside line. But it's a drag race to the line now between Scott Brinson and Kevin Pasquich. Brinson getting pushed by Ethan Legler. Legler going to make a lane of his own now as there's 3 wide coming towards the line. Give that one to Pasquich with the 3 wide going into turn 1 now. Brinson pushing up the track slightly, but manages to get out of it. The gap is tightening. The gap is getting smaller between these guys as they go through the corners. Side by side still as they come out of turn 2. Rick Ravon using the access road there to stay out of harm's way there. And the Trapasso falls back to P7. Kevin Paskowitz still leading this thing as here comes Robert Dudley again into the top 5. So who's going to get the lap this time round? It looks like it might be Paskowitz. And no, it goes to Brinson. Brinson getting the better run this time down the start-finish straight as they go on to lap 29 of 85. I said this is going to be a long race. Everybody just scrambling there, just jockeying for position again. Kevin Paskowitz looks like he's starting to fall back again as here comes Nate Siefka back to the front again. Siefka involved in the last caution. Siefka going really high up towards the wall. Here comes Chris Walker as well. Walker trying to get his lap back the hard way. For the 3 wide. Walker's going to make it 4 wide as it comes across the line. Wow, what a move there by Walker as they go into turn 1. Got Brinson still your leader. Oh, we got someone in the wall in the big way. That's Kevin O'Brien, and it is... Who is that? Kieran Brigelli is in trouble as well. Let's take a look at what happened between Brigelli and... Oh, it looks like Kevin O'Brien came up the track there. Take another look at that. You see Karam right there with a bit of wind damage. You see Kevin O'Brien there getting a run on the inside of Brigelli. And yeah, you see it there in the distance. Kevin O'Brien just come up the track and unfortunately... ends in disaster for O'Brien and Brigelli. Both now, unfortunately, on pit road, but we're under caution number 4 here. Got Brinson leading this show as the caution came out. Kevin Paskowitz able to stick it in for 2nd place there. Even Legler still there. Robert Dudley is in 4th, ahead of Nate Siefka. Drychar's in 6th. Remember, he brought him back to the green. So, even if you start at the front on a restart, you're not guaranteed to stay at the front for long, as this pack racing is showing some great entertainment here tonight. Definitely a lot of movers and shakers. We've still got 17 drivers still on the lead lap. Chris Walker just getting his wave around, his lucky dog. Actually, no, I think Chris Walker actually got the... stayed ahead of the leader, so that means it might be Mark Legler getting the lucky dog here. Let's take a look and see when they come to the line. Will Mark Legler get the lucky dog? And yes, he is. There he goes. Got a few takers down pit road. We've got Damon Martinez in pit road. We've got Carl Strychards in pit road. Chris Samard. One of the front runners up there in pit road. Sage Karam there is in pit road as well. Been very conservative in the early running of this race. Made 7 pit stops now. Got Brinson, the man at the point though. Let's grab a word with somebody while we are here. And we are going to grab a word with... Ooh, who should we grab a word with? Grab a word with Sage Karam, shall we? I'm going to reach out to Sage Karam now. Sage, Sam up in the booth. You got me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sage, very conservative start to the race so far. I'm guessing it's just a case of just sitting back and waiting for the final lap so you can make that push forward. Am I correct?
Yeah, I just don't want to be involved with the 3-4 wide action right now this early on. I'm letting everybody else use their fast repairs and, come, 20 laps left in the race or something, I'll make my charge to the front. But it just doesn't make sense to really push that hard right now. These guys are racing pretty aggressive, so I think all of us on Ravon Motorsports have kind of just been hanging out in the back. I just did a lap there. I got up to 7th. I was in 15th at the start of the lap and went up to 7th in one lap. Just wanted to put in a quick lap time, try and get an extra bonus point for fastest lap of the race. So hopefully that lap holds is the fastest, but we'll see. But like I said, yeah, I'm just hanging out. I'm pitting every lap under yellow for fuel just to make sure I got everything at the top. And I actually just went on pit lane, took a pee. I left my sim, just took a pee, and just left it sit there and just gonna cruise around in dead last until the last 20 laps or so.
Okay, and going into this race tonight, you pretty much had one hand on the title here in the Summer Lites Series. I'm guessing it's just a case of winning this one Alan Prost style, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of hang out, see what happens. If I can win the race, I'm going to try and win the race, but I'm not going to really take a risk. I don't need to. If I can just finish in the top 5, I'm pretty sure that will seal things up for me. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm just going to keep my nose clean, and hopefully everybody else uses their fast repairs early on and, can't be as aggressive as I can at the end.
Okay, Sage. Well, just want to wish you the best of luck for the rest of the race, and yeah, hopefully we'll be speaking to you as maybe race winner and hopefully champion by the end of the race.
All right, sounds good, man. Thanks.
Thank you. That was Sage Karam there, just speaking to us right now. As looks like lights may be going off on the pace car very soon. Let's take another look. We're still in the cockpit of Sage Karam's car. There we go, back to normal again. As actually Sage Karam and Rick Ravon and a host of other drivers bringing it down pit road, and it looks like the lights are off on the pace car this time round, so we won't go for another interview. Scott Brinson going to lead him back to green here. Kevin Paskowicz sitting in second. Ethan Legler third. Robert Dudley fourth. Nate Siefka fifth. Sixth is Tony Trapasso. Seventh is Chris Walker. Eighth is Carl Streichars. Ninth is Johnny Antonucci. And Chris Simard sitting in the top 10. Not really heard much of him tonight since the qualifying session, if I'm correct in saying that. So Simard slowly making his way through the field. What Mark Legler can do here now, he's back on the lead lap. He got his lucky dog when the caution came out. Chris Walker, he's up to P7 already. Got his lap back the hard way, made his way to the front and stayed in front of Scott Brinson as the caution came out, so he got his wave around immediately. Good to see him back on the lead lap after that incident between himself and Robert Dudley. You see him there in the Turner yellow and blue car. Made their way through turns 3 and 4 now. Scott Brinson. Oh, the lights are back on in the pace car. Not sure what's going on there. No, everybody is in position. I'm guessing that's the reason. Looking at Joe Morganti there, he is the first driver a lap down, and he's going to be fighting with Paul Crumright, Mark Walker, who's finally back out with a new engine, Kevin O'Brien, for the Lucky Dog spot. Kieran Brighelli is unfortunately 3 laps down in the second of the Team Cruel Green throwbacks. And Michael Jeans, 14 laps down. He's already out of this event after being involved in 2 wrecks already tonight and already using his fast repair. So the lights are off again on the pace car. Scott Brinson going to bring him back to the green. Brinson, Paskowicz, Legler, Dudley, Trapasso, Sifka, Walker, Strychars, Samard and Antonucci ran out your top 10. Remember Johnny Antonucci making his way back for the field after being the cause of the first caution of the night. Just washing up into the outside wall and hurting himself in the process. Good to see him back up there in the top 10 though. Keith Mayato just sitting outside the top 10 there. You see him in the background in the Repsol Honda Pro Mazda. That doesn't work. Anyway, Damon Martinez in P12. He's our pole sitter. Not being able to get back up there since the start of the race. Let's hope he can get back up to the top 5 very soon. Did the same thing last week at Milwaukee. Got the pole but was unable to capitalise on it. Came home second, but would dearly love to get a win and capitalise on the pole position he got here tonight. But Scott Brinson has got other things to say about that one. He's currently going to bring him back to green here. Let's not forget, if you're starting on the front, it's not a guarantee you're going to stay at the front. Let's see what happens here as the pace car is going to make the hard left turn and we're going to get them going back to green here. Nice far away shot there. As we're back on the green again, Scott Brinson gets him going one more time. Kevin Paskowicz going to file in right behind Brinson as they go towards turn 1. And Ethan Legler going to go with him as well. Robert Dudley going to file into 4th place. Chris Walker and Tony Trapasso fighting it out for 6th spot. It looks like Walker's come away with that one. Trapasso had to give that up, unfortunately. Here comes Nate Sifka now to the inside of Robert Dudley. And Sifka's going to try and make it 4 wide here. Almost 5 wide pretty much, as there goes Robert Dudley to the front now. He's going to try and lead his first lap here tonight. Through turn 4 they go. And the 3 wide give that one to Kevin Paskowicz, who got a huge run through the middle. Being pushed by Chris Walker there as they go through turn 1. It's anybody's race still at this point. Rick Ravon's still sitting at the back of the field there. Still having a few problems in that number 11. Sage Karam still sitting back there as well, as here comes Joe Morganti making his way through the field as well. As Chris Walker takes over the lead now, and they're 4 wide going into turn 3. Hopefully this doesn't end badly for anybody, and it doesn't. Everybody, discretion being the better part of valor. Jeff Hollingsworth having a few connection problems here. But Chris Walker is your man. In charge here, as here comes Paskowicz again, and here comes Scott Brinson. It looks like Paskowicz going to lead another lap here. And then they go through turn 1 towards turn 2 now. As no, Jeff Hollingsworth. Oh, Robert Damon Martinez having to take evasive action here. Something happened there. Jeff Hollingsworth having a big netcode moment there. Let's have a look at that. Oh no, we actually got into it with Mark Walker there. Having to slam down on the brakes and everybody just doing their best to avoid him. Jake Champion avoiding. So, incident there for Jeff Hollingsworth. But back at the front there, it's everything to play for again. And here comes Kevin Paskowicz getting another run at the expense of... well, not the expense, but, you know. The expense of Chris Walker, and Paskowicz did lead that lap again, so he's getting some monstrous runs through the middle there. This time pushed by his teammate Nate Siefka, and Siefka goes around! Siefka's in trouble! And caution number 5 is out, and Nate Siefka's involved in it again. Take a look at that. He's got sideways all by himself. Paul Crumright just finishing off the job there. Take another look from the chopper. I want to see. Oh, bit of contact between Strychards and Siefka. That's what took Siefka around. And unfortunately, Siefka ends up into the wall and possibly, just possibly, out of this race, unfortunately. So caution number 5 is out. As they're just catching up to the pace car now. So, Chris Walker is the man in the lead as the caution comes out. Number 5. Caution number 5. Kevin Paskowicz currently sitting second. Carl Strychards in third. Scott Brinson doing the best he can to try and close that gap in the points between himself and Sage Karam. Karam himself currently sitting P12. And you already heard it from him that he's just sitting back for now, before he starts making those pushes forward. Like Tyler Vickery going to bring it down pit road at this point. A lot of people bringing it down pit road at this time, actually. You see Jeff Hollingsworth just leaving pit road there. Who's going to win the race off pit road here? Looks like Strychards going to win the race off pit road. David Martinez going to win the race off pit road as well. Tony Trapasso racing his teammate Tyler Vickery off of pit road, and Trapasso rejoins the track in P9. There were a few people that did stay out. Oh, 3 people: Jake Champion, Rick Ravon, and Sage Karam. So maybe this is the point that they start coming out on track. Maybe we are approaching halfway, so it's that might be the explanation. As it looks like Joe Morganti, yes he is back on the lead lap. So welcome back to the lead lap, Mr. Morganti. Let's see what he can do. Morganti, very Italian. Nice one, Joe. Anyway. Nate Siefka is out of this race by the looks of things. Already 2 laps down, not going anywhere at all. Michael Jeans is out of this race. Kieran Brighelli is 2 laps down now. He is ahead of the leaders. He's going to get a wave around here. Sage Karam is your leader now. And he's got his teammate Rick Ravon for support. Yeah, we know, Michael. We know you don't have any luck in this series, but you'll soon pick up. You know that, and obviously with the IR18 series, it'll soon pick up as well. And Tyler Dudley Glad you're out here supporting. I believe it's your dad, is he? No, wait. Tyler, just clear this up for me. Is Robert Dudley your dad, or is he your brother? I don't know. I keep getting confused by these things. I don't know family values. It's not my forte. As good to see everybody joining us in the chat right now, or watching the stream. We've got 18 people watching. Just say a few words in the chat to make yourself known. Let me know that you're here. I will pay attention. Same for the guys in the Facebook chat as well. I will be jumping over to you right now. So if you've got anything to say, say it now. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right there. And to Dan Morera, yeah, the fields are really good here in this league. If you want to be involved, then just drop a comment. And if you're a part of iRacing, then yeah, if you want to join the league and get yourself into this sort of thing, then do not hesitate to join us. As Sage Karam gonna bring a pit side here, as it looks like the lights are about to go off the pace car. That's going to hand the lead of the race over to Rick Ravon. Shock, shock, shock. Shocker. And make sure you leave a like, and if you are new here, then please leave a subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube channel. If you are new to the Facebook channel, then just hit the subscribe button. Why not hit the subscribe button? Hit the like button, you know, like they do on Facebook, you know, same thing. Yeah, anyway, thanks. Yeah, if you're new here, just give us a like, man, or give us a subscribe. Be very much appreciated. And just also, if you want to be notified of when we next go live, which will be tomorrow night when we go to the Paskey's Cardiac Truck Series, live from Martinsville, as Scott Brinson dirt tracking it there. Not sure what's going on there. Ahead of Tony. Oh, I wonder if those two are having a bit of fun there. Anyway, I believe the lights are off on the pace car. I could be wrong. We'll find out now. Lights are off on the pace car, so Rick Ravon sitting at the back for most of the race so far. We are about halfway in the race now, so Rick Ravon going to get his first taste at the front of the field here. And it's SCB, Tyler, not SBC. As there we go, Rick Ravon hits the loud pedal, and we're underway again. Green flag is green flag is out.
Hey, wake up.
As I'm gonna bring up Mr. Nate Siefka, who's unfortunately retired from the race, but has now joined us in the booth. Nate, unlucky there, buddy. Looked like a tough one out there for you, man.
Yeah, just a couple of unfortunate misunderstandings due to track position, I suppose. It's a rough break tonight, especially, you know, being how competitive it was out there. So, tough luck tonight. As
we see the man that started this run here, Rick Ravon, taken to the access road with Sage Karam, falling to the back now. So, Ravon Motorsports still preferring to stay at the back rather than race it out at the front here.
Which is it's a good make strategy. It's a good strategy sense there. I mean, why would you risk getting caught up in these crashes? Look at this 3 wide for the lead.
Yeah, as Karam brings it pit side, as Tony Trapasso into the wall hard.
And I believe he's using fast repair, so that's his night done tonight.
I don't think he has.
Then he used it at one point, so.
It came, I'm not sure what was going on there. He had a big run on the outside of Chris Walker. And looks like he came down the track a tick and then, yeah, just met with Chris Walker. Chris Walker needs to be careful. He has definitely burned his fast repair.
It just looks like a misjudgment of space there, it looks like. I mean, that's what it looks like to me at least.
Yeah, and Tony Trapasso having such a great run here tonight as well. He's been running up in the top 5 for most of this thing, and big troubles there for Trapasso as he's already out of the car, and his car is not getting repaired. So yeah, you might be right. I think he's used up his fast repair here. And he's joining us in the booth. Tony, tough luck there, man.
Excuse me. Be right back.
Okay. So we're under caution number 6 here at Indianapolis as your teammate, Mr. Kevin Paskowicz, is leading this thing now.
I see that.
So Paskowicz looking for his, looking for his first win in Top Fuel Racing. He's taken part in a few races in this series. Not raced in the Wednesday series yet. We're still trying to convince Karam to swear a few more times so he gets dropped from the trivia night so he can join us. Luckily, we've not had any luck with that, but he's doing all right for himself in the Sunday series. Had a rough start when he made his debut at Phillip Island, but has since picked up his game here.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's very comfortable here with these guys. He's been talking the entire night about how even though it's kind of chaotic, he has some faith in some of these guys. So I mean, for first time out, that's very confident of him.
Yeah, we know what KP's like. He loves these super speedways, and he seems to thrive on these in these conditions. So no surprise that he's up there. One man that is surprising the heck out of me, and is continuing to do it since he was since Milwaukee last week. Robert Dudley taking over the lead of the race now.
Yeah, good to see Robert running so well.
He's made a lot of moves tonight that we usually don't talk about Robert making the move. So good for him. I mean, doing a good job out there. So it's definitely interesting to see him having such a good run.
Yeah. Absolutely fantastic on the ovals. Needs a bit more practice on the road courses, but he'll get there eventually. But definitely a competitive racer when we go to these speedways, and he's proving that here tonight. Ethan Legler, the man behind him, involved in your caution, I believe, your first incident.
What was that? I was too busy paying attention to something else.
Ethan Legler, he was involved in your first incident.
Yeah, he was. We bumped each other at one point too. So I mean, I had 2 incidents tonight with him. So I haven't raced against him. I have no hard feelings yet per se, but oh well. I mean, that's racing, I guess.
Yeah. Sage Karam took it down pit road during the green flag run. Did not lose a lap, but he has gained a ton of positions. That was because the people behind him have pitted. Those people: Kevin Paskowitz, Carl Streichars, Tyler Vickery, Joe Morganti's been in pit road, David Martinez, Rick Ravon, Chris Walker. Everybody down to P20. There's 20 drivers left on the lead lap now. Back on the lead lap. So good.
Yeah, my race is over though.
Yeah,
over 16 minutes of required.
Yeah, you were having a great run though tonight, to be fair.
Yeah, and a child from another team decided he was going to try to poke bear as I'm coming out of the infield care center. So, yeah, have fun with your cat pee, bud.
Oh. Yeah, it was moving swiftly along. Robert Dudley, your man, in the lead. Ethan Legler in second. Scott Brinson in third. Chris Simard in fourth. Mark Legler up to fifth now. Great rebound for that man. Sage Karam currently sitting in sixth. Kevin Paskowicz in seventh. Watch for him as he's the man with the freshest tyres up there right now. Carl Streichars is in eighth. 9th is Tyler Vickery, and rounding out the top 10, great rebound for him too, is Joe Morganti. So a lot of people rebounding here, and you've got to expect that for a track like this.
Yeah, definitely a lot of the draft on this track is just insane. But I don't think KP took tires, Sam, because that was kind of the strategy we had talked about. I just triple stinted my tires, and I still have 98% wear left on them.
Yeah. But Robert Dudley, going to be interesting to see how he gets this restarted. 7 laps on his tires, same for Legler, Brinson, Simard, and the other Legler, Mark Legler. Are they brothers or father and son, or what's the deal here?
Father and son. They raced in another Pro Mazda League that we were a part of at one time, and the 93 has been making all sorts of friends tonight.
Absolutely. Anyway, Sage Karam bringing it down pit road again. Not sure what his strategy is. I think he's just trying to stay at the back at this point. Interesting.
He's just trying to save that champ. He's got the championship in hand right now, as far as points go. So all he's trying to do is just stay out of trouble.
Yep. And if he gets into any kinds of trouble, Scott Brinson is going to be there to pounce on it. He's already in P4 and
P3.
Oh, yeah, P3. As yeah, Scott Brinson in a fantastic position right now. And if anything happens to Sage Karam at this point, I could see Scott Brinson actually stealing this one.
Scott's gonna need a lot of things to fall in his favor to be able to pull up the championship tonight. One of them is going to be for Sage. Sage has to not finish the race, and Scott basically has to
win it.
He's got to lead from here on out and win it, as far as bonus points go.
Yeah. And
which could be done considering, he's starting in 3rd, which is one of the more advantageous places to start. You don't want to be starting at the front here at Indy, only because everybody gets a run on you as they're getting up to speed.
Yeah, and I said this several times during the broadcast that you may be starting at the front of the field on these restarts, but you're not guaranteed to stay there, as people pick up the draft and get around you so easily. So don't expect Robert Dudley to be at the front for very long, as these guys behind him are going to be all over the back of him once the green flag drops. Kris Simard, the man in 4th place, the highest he's been all night, so look for him. But look for Kevin Pasquich. He's the man on the freshest tyres in that top 5 right now. Well, top 6 as the pace car's off. And
Dudley's off.
And Robert Dudley gets us going. Green flag is out on lap 50 of 85. We're well past halfway now.
3 wide for 2nd.
Absolutely. Samar going to try the outside line as there goes Brinson to the inside. Takes away 2nd place, and here comes Kevin Pasquich as well. Told you those fresh tyres were going to do him some justice, and they're working right now. As there goes Brinson to the outside of Robert Dudley as they come out of turn 2. Ethan Legler almost takes a bite out the back end of Brinson's car as they come down the backstretch 3 wide.
And that was one of the things that happened to me on we started to pace and somebody didn't go, so I actually ran into the rear tire, Johnny Antonucci, and lost all aero on my car for the first stint.
Yeah.
So these cars are so aero dependent that just the slightest touch and you're gonna not have anything left.
Yeah.
Oh boy. KP was thinking about it, but that pit wall was coming up quick.
Yeah. KP trying to force the issue here. Into out of turn 4. Scott Brinson going to try the outside line, give that lap to Brinson. But Robert Dudley going to get the better run on the inside there as they come out of turn 1. Dudley doing ever so well here at the front as he's been pushed all over the place by Pasquich and Brinson. Strychar's up there as well. Legler there too. There goes Strychar's making it 4 wide. And Legler's going to try and make it 5 wide here.
Oh, that was close.
We're getting very close to the, as we say it in England, squeaky bum time.
I'm thinking Dudley may have lifted there just out of general principle, so he was around at the end.
Yeah, and Kevin Paskowicz now at the point here. Brinson's still on the outside. Legel are going to try and make a third lane for himself as they go down the start-finish straight. Give this... I think this one's going to go to Brinson here as he looks like he's got the better run going for the middle. And yeah,
it's a tie at the line.
Yeah.
A tie at the line, but they give the nod to Brinson as they bring it out to 4 digits. 13 10,000ths of a second.
Yep. That's how close it is around this track as I'm seeing and one Mr. Joe Morganti slowly sliding his way through the pack as he's making a run for the middle. Just got past Chris Samad there.
Wide, look at...
Oh man, this is as here comes now Sage Karam trying to make his way to the front now.
Look at this.
2 rows of 4 wide here as they go through turn 3. There goes Chris Walker. Walker's in the wall, and Ethan Legler's in the wall too. That's going to bring out caution number 7 here.
See that one coming.
You kind of knew it was coming, you know, as soon as.
And Chris Walker.
I knew it was coming during practice.
Unfortunately, Chris Walker getting the Dairy Queen award in that one. Because I believe the incident limit is 17 tonight, right?
20, actually.
20. So he's got 20 incidents already.
Yep, I'm reading 20 incidents tonight.
Yep. So Chris Walker disqualified. Oh, somebody else got caught in that as well.
Ethan.
No, I'm sure I saw Kevin O'Brien got a piece of that as well.
My auto went flying through the grass. Not seeing anyone else got tagged in that though.
Yeah. Kevin O'Brien got front wing damage.
Crumry did a little spin.
Yeah, got a bit of front wing and rear wing damage, so he's going to have to farm the living daylights out of that car. But the man at the front again is Mr. Kevin Paskowicz. This man is just doing bits around here tonight, and he's got the man trying to win a championship right behind him. That's Mr. Scott Brinson. But the biggest mover on that run was Sage Karam, moving all the way up to P4. I think it's go time for the number 22.
30 laps to go, though. I mean, looks like he's gonna bit here, so it looks like the strategy is still on for Karam there and probably Ravon. Like they're just going to continue to follow the back here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they don't really have anything to gain by winning the race because Sage and Rick are 1 and 3 in the points right now, I think.
Yeah. No 1 and 4.
Well, no, because Ronnie was 3 and Ronnie's not here, so by default, Rick's going to take over 3rd.
Let me take a look at the points. Karam in 3rd. Ronnie was still classified in 2nd. Scott Brinson 3rd. Rick Ravon 4th.
Who was leading?
Karam. Ronnie's still classified in 2nd, even though he can't take any further part in this. Brinson's in 3rd, 259 points, and Rick Ravon's 1 point back in 4th.
So that was going into tonight. What I was getting at is with Ronnie not here, as long as they finish the race, they've got 2 of them. Yeah, you know, 2 of them in the top 3. So
yeah.
But
yeah. Paskowicz still leading this thing though. Brinson doing everything he can to try and keep that number 22 behind him. If he's not going to win the championship tonight, he's going to try his level best to try and beat Sage Karam out on track tonight. And Karam, despite the pit stops, only falling back to P9. So it's hard to say who's going to win this one because it's been so close tonight.
I don't think we'll know who has an idea of winning until 5 to go. That's when we'll have an idea of who's probably going to have a chance to win the race tonight.
You mean 4 to go when the final caution comes out?
Or that too, who knows?
2/3. Anyways, gentlemen, excuse me, I need the little driver now.
Okay. So, Kevin Pasquich still your leader here. And while they are still under caution, I'm going to grab a word with Mr. Pasquich. Not that I'm trying to jinx him or anything. As I've got to reach out to him now. KP, Sam up in the booth, you got me, sir?
Yeah, we got you, Sam. What's up?
Leading this piece going into, well, you're on caution number 7 here, but leading this piece before you go back to green here. So what are your thoughts going into this final portion of the race? You feeling confident that you're going to get the win here?
It's a crapshoot, man. It's literally about, it's going to come down to who's got a better run on somebody else right when the caution comes out to end this thing, or to come down to the checkered flag. So I don't know. I mean, everybody's paired, you know, exactly the same here. But we're going to see what we can do. We've hung up front for most of the race. I dropped back a little bit there earlier to avoid some of the wrecks. But right now we're just we're going to see how this plays out. We still have one more pit stop to make, and see what happens.
Absolutely. I mean, the racing out there looks absolutely insane. I mean, everybody going 4 wide, even 5 wide at one point. Just give me your thoughts on the conditions out there, because it just looks absolutely petrifying out there.
It is. You know, as Tony likes to say, you got to put them up on the dashboard, and you got to commit to it. There's no wishy-washy half. You know, there's no half backsided. Maybe I'll do it in the corner. Maybe I won't. You got to commit, stick to it, and hope that everyone knows you're there, and see how it ends out.
Okay, well, KP, just going to let you go back to your race chat. I believe the lights are off the pace car, and they are, so I'm going to wish you luck for the last part of the race, and hopefully we'll be speaking to you after.
Alright, thank you guys.
That was leader Kevin Pasquich, as he is going to lead him back to green here, Nate.
Yeah, I mean, it's anyone's game, really, in the top 12 or 13 at this point. So I mean, there are probably some guys outside that have a legitimate shot to win this thing. So it's anyone's ball game. And if you thought you've seen crazy, just be prepared, because you haven't seen anything yet. I mean, you're gonna see 4 wide, 5 wide, potentially by the end of the night, maybe even 6 wide. I wouldn't put it past these guys tonight.
I think Jake Champion even mentioned putting it 8 wide at one point.
That might be hard to do. Then you might need a couple guys in the grass to pull that off, but I think you could. Realistically, I think the maximum you can get is probably 6 wide here. 4 wide feels tight. 5 wide would feel really tight. 6 is probably borderline crashing all the way through the corner.
Yep. As Nate, for the first time tonight, I'm going to ask you to get him going this time.
Alrighty then. Well, it looks like we have a fairly familiar front row tonight, as we got Kevin Pasquich, as Scott Brinson's going to lead us to the line. It looks like restarts tonight has really not gone well for the leader, because the leader gets swapped before he gets to the backstretch. Regardless of that, though, we're going to see how Kevin Pasquich gets us going here, as the pace car is about to dive off the stretch and head to pit road here, as KP is going to hold him down at 69 miles an hour and jump on the gas to get the field on the way. We're back on the green here in Indy.
Yeah, Scott Brinson not getting off to the best of restarts there, as here comes Carl Strychards to the inside. Joe Morganti going to try the outside line as well as they go towards turn 1. Let's see how this one pans out, as Strychards keeps it low, down below the white line, following Kevin Pasquich's line, as Brinson struggling to hold on to that second place there. Manages to get a better run coming out of turn 2, but he looks like he's in a bit of trouble here, as Joe Morganti's going to try and get another better run, and they're going to go try and go 3 wide. They're going to go 5 wide. Almost 5 wide to go down this backstretch, as, yep, Kevin Pasquich got absolutely swamped on that backstretch.
That was insane there. They're not done yet going crazy here. It looks like KP's not going to run, but you got Brinson holding that second lane up there. It's going to be interesting to see if someone wants to develop the third lane here the next lap.
Yeah, we're seeing Tyler Vickery starting to make a run on that outside just behind Morganti.
Oh, look at this. Look at this move.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there goes Pasquich through the middle. Pasquich going to lead another lap here. He likes that run through the middle, and it seems to be paying off for him so far tonight. As no, Brinson's around!
Oh! Oh!
How did they save that?
They didn't really, because that just basically ruined Scotty Brinson's championship hopes.
Yeah, Brinson falling all the way back to P16 after that exchange. Got some wing damage, and his championship hopes could be well and truly down the toilet at this point, provided that there's not another caution. But this is Indianapolis, there's going to be another caution. Strychar's got the outside run here on Kevin Paskowicz as they go through 3. Looks like Sage Karam. It's go time again for the 22s. He makes the outside pass on Strychars. He's going to try and get a 2 for here as he comes out of turn 4. 3 wide for second place right now. As Strychars might be holding a few people up here. He's got some wing damage there.
Yeah, it looked like he was just an innocent bystander there in that incident there, as he's not completed a full lap with that damage. But it looks like this is going to hold everyone up on that top lane, as it looks like Morganti's looking to get second place here.
Yep, coming out of turn 2.
I was listening to the live in right. Sorry about that.
As Brinson's took it down pit road, and he is. Why is your car up on 2 wheels, Tony?
Because it was wrecked.
Yeah, it's like literally jacked up on 2 wheels. Anyway, back to the race at hand. Kevin Paskowicz still leads this thing. His teammate Joe Morganti is right behind him as they come down towards the line again.
Look at it, 4 wide. Wow.
And there it is towards the line. Sage Karam going to get that lap as he cuts the nose off. Kevin Paskowicz is Mark Walker almost gets it to the side of Strychars.
And Karam's actually used to making that move, because if you go back a few years, Sage was actually part of the closest finish in Indy Lights history at the Speedway.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be the same again, as here comes Morganti down the inside of Karam.
How about 4 wide, boys?
More 4 wide action as they go towards turn 3.
Oh. What's wrong with Sage here? He's going to the access road. Here, there, he's just wanting to back out of this.
That's just it. He wanted to get the hell away from that because it was getting way too chippy up there.
Yeah, and
as the teammates going at it for the lead.
All 3 of them.
Oh, okay. Tyler Vickery's car just actually rezzed for me. That's not the car I thought he was going to be driving.
Oh, and Brinson's around again. Is that Brinson? No, it's Brigelli. Brigelli's in trouble.
Did you guys just see the run that Mark Walker had through the middle? He passed 5 cars just by driving it right up the gut.
Well, that's the thing. If you get the draft and time it just right coming off of 4, you're talking about almost a 10-mile-an-hour difference in speed.
Yeah, as Joe Morganti almost driving into the back of Mark Walker there as they're 3 wide towards turn 3 again. It's almost like a formation fly-in here, even though they're not flying. Now you've got 2 rows of 3 wide as here comes Jeff Hollingsworth now joining the show. Chris Samar trying to make his way forward as well. Mark Legler making his way forward up into the top 7 as Hollingsworth and Strychars nearly come together coming through turn 4. That's your lead pack right there. David Martinez sitting at the back of that pack. See him right there just behind his teammate Sage Karam.
Give that lap to Paskowicz by 16 1/1000ths of a second.
Yeah. He's led 16 laps now by virtue of that run he gets through the middle. He loves that run going down the front stretch. As they're 3 wide again, that's Hollingsworth on the outside, Mark Walker on the inside, Paskowicz through the middle, being pushed by Strychars, and for some reason Strychars' wing has been repaired magically. Thanks, iRacing. Anyway.
You know he's of iRacing right there.
Yeah. Mark Walker still leading this thing as they go into turn 4. Joe Morganti going to try and push his way up to second at the expense of his teammate. As tries to make that inside line work there. Morganti gets blocked off by Walker. Here comes Paskowicz again through the middle. And I don't think he's going to get it this time. I think it was Strychars that got it, and it was. Paskowicz going to take the lead here as he ducks to the bottom and cuts the nose off Mark Walker.
Vickery coming out in that second lane there. He got a nice little run there, and it's going to be interesting to see if he can keep it going here. to the lead.
Yeah, Vickery's been on impressive form
Oh,
lately.
oh, no!
Stride Charles and Morganti touching wheels, and Morganti's been disqualified. Oh, he is not going to be happy.
Oh, no.
The Stride Charles handing Joe Morganti the Dairy Queen Award tonight. Same happened to Chris Walker earlier after the incident with Ethan Legler. As now Carl Stride Charles leads this thing. Mark Walker being classified in second as here comes Mark Legler.
4 wide.
Yeah, 4 wide. And who was that one? That one went to Mark Legler on that outside. That high side really working for him there. Almost comes down on Mark Walker. That's lost him a load of speed, and that's let Kevin Pasquich get back out in front.
You know, words can't describe the frustration level that I'm feeling right now, and I'm not even in the race anymore. Just because I've been watching guys drive suffering from rectal cranial insertion syndrome most of the night, and you end up with, you know, Nate taken out twice. I got taken out twice. Joe Morganti just got disqualified. Ethan Legler got disqualified. I forget who the other one was that got disqualified as well.
Ethan Legler,
all because of it was Chris Walker that got disqualified. You know, and you've got situations like that because other drivers aren't paying attention.
On the plus side, though, Michael Jeans is back out on track.
Michael Jeans has had a real rough night, and there's another perfect example of guys not paying attention and Michael ending up, you know, having to pit farm that car all night long.
Absolutely, but let's go back to the race at hand here as Tyler Vickery now finds himself at the front here, battling with Jeff Hollingsworth and Mark Walker as they're 3 wide going towards turn 3. Can Vickery win this little battle as they go into the corner? He's got a slight nose out in front as they go towards turn 4. But Mark Walker has got the better line going into the final corner.
Without any drafting help, Vickery's not probably going to be able to get it done. He's going to need to get a real good run off this corner. Gets it wound up on the second lane as it's a drag race 3 wide to the stripe. Here we go.
Vickery.
Give that one to Vickery. Tyler Vickery gets a bonus point for leading the lap, but he's cutting it very fine there as he almost bangs wheels there with Mark Walker going through turn 1. Remember, Stride Charles, Kevin Pasquich, and Mark Legler are all there as well. Chris Samard, the silent assassin there, sitting in the top 6. He gets a run on Stride Charles now on the inside, right behind Kevin Pasquich. So...
And Pasquich is going pit side this time.
Yeah, Pasquich going to take a pit side. So the final pit stops, the money stops are about to happen here. And I'm fearing that Sage Karam has already made his money stop here.
Not really, because you're only good for about 28 laps.
Yeah, so here comes Pasquich, and Mark Walker gives him a bump as he goes down pit road. Making sure he goes down there.
I don't think he probably appreciated that.
Yeah, as give that lap to Tyler Vickery again. Stealing his teammates' old trick of making that run down the middle. And it's working for him so far, but remember, there is that money stop still to come. We're 19 laps left in this race, and it's the only thing that's going to separate these guys is the pit stops, I feel.
If it stays green, Pasquich is golden. Yeah. But unfortunately, I don't think we've seen the last of it. As
Karam's going to fall to the back again.
Who's in the Rothman's car?
That's Damon Martinez. He's those guys at Ravon Motorsports have been using that. They've been using that access road all night long.
Yeah, Martinez has a cone.
Oh. Did he pay for it?
I don't know.
I'll find out. Anyway, give that lap to Tyler Vickery again. As again, he makes that run for the middle, making it work, but that is the most vital part to make it work as you come across the line. So anybody that's got that middle line as they come to line is going to really be benefiting from that, as we've seen from Tyler Vickery and Kevin Pasquich so far here tonight.
in the low line, you're making it difficult for everybody to get around you, but you can keep it wound up just a tick more in that second line. But you've got to trust everyone around you to hold their line, or else you're just along for the ride at that point.
Yeah. As Mark Walker gets a nose out in front coming through turn 4. Who is going to come out? Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see when everybody else here in the front pack decides to make their pit stops. I mean, seeing those guys pit, would, to me at least, get a reaction from some more guys, but nobody's flinched yet.
10 1,000ths of a second for victory that lap.
Yep. Mark Walker able to get his nose out in front in the first few corners, but yeah, Tyler Vickery able to make it work on the start-finish straight, and that's where you need to make it work, so you're first to the line, and that's where you want to be come the end of the race. We are 17 laps to go here. Tyler Vickery still leads this thing. Nobody else has brought it down pit road yet, except for Kevin Pasquis, Sage Karam, and Damon Martinez.
Stride Charge just blinked.
Yeah, Stride Charge is coming down pit road now.
I'm thinking the rest of these guys are going to just run it till it's on bingo and then short pit it on fuel.
Maybe. And Stride Charge, I'm guessing, is going to have to get that wing fixed as well from the incident between him and Brinson. As give that lap to Mark Walker this time. Mark Walker making that inside line work this time. Round Hollingsworth down the... Almost collecting Vickery there.
7 1,000ths of a second for Walker that time.
Yeah.
And Hollingsworth just lost a ton of speed.
That's no surprise there. He had to back off in order to avoid hitting Vickery. So no surprise that he's dropped back all the way. Well, he's not dropped back too far as he's got his speed up again. He's going to try the outside line on Tyler Vickery going into turn 3. The gap is slow. Well, the gap is squeezing out between him, Vickery, and Mark Walker. Managed to stretch it out again. 2 rows of 3 wide there as they're coming up on Kieran Brighelli. So lap traffic getting involved, going to be getting involved here as they're coming up to 4 wide almost, coming down towards the line. Looks like Vickery's going to get the nose out in front here again, and he does. Give that lap to Tyler Vickery again.
Trying to figure out, I mean, what kind of advantage these guys are going to get by not pitting until they absolutely need the fuel. They're going to get a couple, maybe a couple seconds, but is that going to, you know, override the good pit stop that Martinez and Karam had? And that's the question here that we need to ask, because KP is behind that little group there, so it's going to be interesting to see where these guys all fall into.
Yep. You see Mark Walker trying that outside line there. As we've seen that pack getting smaller and smaller, people are slowly peeling off into pit road one by one, and waiting for the next one to peel off. It looks like Kevin O'Brien's going down, and it is. So he's the next one to blink. As Kieran Brighelli's found himself mired in that pack of cars now, has found some speed there. So, oh, it's there!
Oh, no!
There it goes!
There we go!
We saw...
No caution.
We saw
no caution. The car stuck in the wall. No caution.
We saw Hollingsworth do that on the last lap and almost collect Tyler Vickery. Let's take a look at that again. Comes down the track again to cut the nose off. Mark Walker was there. Ethan Legler was there. Legler, great save for him though. But Hollingsworth makes the same mistake he made on the previous lap. You'd think he would have learned from that from the first time he did it.
And now it appears that, you know, they hit Vickery's right rear. It looks like Vickery got off clean there. It looks like Vickery's not going to take any chances. He's going to go ahead and pit here.
Yep, that gives the lead to Keith Maiato and his teammate Kris Simard. Maiato got some wing damage. I'm guessing he was caught up in that little incident there.
No, Maiato's had that wing damage most of the night.
Oh. So your top 3 right now: Keith Maiato, Kris Simard, and Johnny Antonucci. The man that brought out the first caution of the night, up there in the top 3. So good run there for the man in the 37, one of the Bad Luck Club, of which I'm a member of.
Apparently I am now, too.
Yeah, you are. As Samar takes over the lead.
Yeah, it didn't even start off well for Johnny, unfortunately, because, you know, Jake Champion didn't go. I don't know if Johnny actually hit Jake, but I know I hit Johnny as we started to roll for pacing. And it didn't show any damage, but I know just the slightest touch can really screw up your car.
Yep, as it looks like Johnny Antonucci, he's going to get a bonus point. It's going to pay off for him now. He's got to get a bonus point for leading a lap, so great one for him there as he's battling out with Kieran Brigelli. Brigelli's 7 laps down. Still got some speed in that car, though.
So just looking at the bigger picture here, it looks like Martinez and Karam are the net leaders. But it seems the way they're driving, they're short on fuel because they keep swapping. And Vickery, who just came out of the pits, is way faster than these guys. So Vickery looks like he's going to catch these two. It's going to be interesting to see if they actually filled the car up enough.
Well, Vickery... sorry.
Yeah, you hit the button right, hit it right on the button there. Is you know, with Karam and Martinez, did they put enough fuel in it?
We'll find out in a second because Vickery is catching them hand over fist right now. He is taking a 10th per sector out of those two drivers, and they know that he's coming because that's why they're swapping places. They're trying to extend that gap between themselves and Tyler Vickery, but it's not working. Vickery is on an absolute charge right now.
I think part of it has to do with they're both short. They're trying to equal each other out here as Vickery's got the run. It's going to be interesting to see how he does. And also this pack that's behind, led by Samard and Mayato, if they can catch these guys as well.
Yeah, and some tactics there between Karam and Martinez. They saw Vickery come in as Vickery's going to dive to the inside of Martinez now. As Vickery's dispatched one, now he's got to work on the other one. And with Martinez behind Vickery now, I can only see this going one way because Vickery has the faster car underneath him than Sage Karam. Here comes Martinez now.
Am I the only one that finds it weird that we're watching two, help me out here, Sam.
Williams schemes?
No, the, Nigel Mansell paint schemes?
Well, the other one is Damon Hill, not Nigel Mansell.
Hill drove the Rothman scheme too.
Yeah, Nigel Mansell ran it for 2 races, the Rothmans ones. That was in 1994 when they had to find drivers to fill the vacant seat left by Senna's unfortunate demise.
Right, but still, you know,
Mansell
he was in he was in both of those paint schemes. It just seems weird to me to see that going around Indy.
Yeah. A place where he raced in 1993 and 1994.
True story.
So what this looks like to me is that Vickery's just going to want to push him. Point where they have to push the car and run out of fuel. That's what Vickery's game plan should be here. And I think that's what probably working. I mean, these guys are starting to race now. And have picked up the pace, so.
And Vickery just ran wide so he can get the draft and just kind of hang back so he can actually go into fuel conservation mode from here. You know, the vast majority of the race when I was in traffic, I was a half throttle.
Yeah, and the other person that you were thinking of that got the Dairy Queen Award, Tony, was Robert Dudley. Robert Dudley's been disqualified as well.
So we had 3 drivers get a one-way trip to Dairy Queen tonight.
Yeah. As go back to the race, Tyler Vickery is trying to fight desperately to find a way past Karam and Martinez. They're not in the lead yet because Johnny Antonucci finally brings it down pit road from the lead, and I actually forgot he was leading this race up until now. But yeah, Tyler Vickery desperately trying to find a way past Karam and Martinez. But Martinez and Karam being the teammates they are, they're going to work together and try and keep that man behind them.
Well, here's the thing for Vickery.
You shouldn't want to pass him. I mean, that's
right.
Exactly. That's more air that those guys have to go through. If Vickery got in front of them, they could just run half throttle and save more fuel that they might be trying to save.
And here's the other thing, too, that you got to look at if you're Tyler Vickery. arguably the president of the Bad Luck Kids Club.
I might challenge him for that position.
But my point is this. Right now, he's in a podium position.
Yeah.
With a real-life IndyCar driver there as well.
And he has a faster car than the real-life IndyCar driver.
And he arguably has a faster car. And he arguably has a better fuel strategy in plan right now. As he goes to the inside to make the pass, going through the short chute between 3 and 4.
And Tyler Vickery is your new leader here. He's past the IndyCar driver. Sage Karam going to try and get by him again. But Tyler Vickery going to do everything he can to try and keep that man behind him.
That shows that they're short. Sage didn't want to pass him. That shows that they are short on fuel. They're trying to save all they can. So that psychologically, that's a win for Tyler, having him stay behind him like that. That just tells Tyler, hey, these guys are short. I can win this race. I got a better chance now.
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
So I believe Tony's gone to do a bit of coaching right now as he's dropped down to the Phenomenal Evolution room. Nate, as you're watching your teammate lead this thing ahead of Sage Karam, what are you feeling right now?
I want to yell at him and tell him he needs to break the draft. That's what I want to tell him. I mean, he needs to be doing everything in his power to not let these guys save fuel. I mean, he needs to be literally, if anyone needs to do the snake right now, it's him. He needs to be doing it to help himself not be helping these guys. I mean, that's what he needs to be doing. I mean, these guys that in that backpack behind, that's in 4th, 5th, whatever, they're not going to catch him.
No. So the rest of the team is screaming at Tyler right now to just do what he's been doing and drive his line. So that's what's going on down there right now.
Yep, so Tyler Vickery, your leader here with 6 laps to go here at Indianapolis. Holding off Sage Karam, holding off Damon Martinez. Kris Samard, let's go back to this pack right here. We've got one hell of a battle between Samard, Mayato, and Kevin O'Brien there in that little pack there. And Mark Walker is there too, but Mark Walker is a lap down. So a 3-car battle for the remaining spots in the top 5 here between 2 teammates and a member of Rated R Racing. Speaking of Rated R Racing, let's go back to Scott Brinson, who's sitting all the way back in P14 after that incident between himself and Kyle Streichard. He's sitting right behind Rick Ravon right now. Rick Ravon had a very difficult race here tonight. Jake,
he did, but...
Oh, no, what on earth? We have a caution. Oh, there's a major crash on the front stretch. Wow.
That's Kevin Pasquich, and I believe... That's not the race, surely.
Gonna be close. Looked like a bump. It looked like a push gone wrong or something.
Yeah, let's take a look at that between Kevin Pasquich and Paul Crumright. Yeah, Paul Crumright trying to give him a push there. Hits the wrong side of him. Puts him in the wall. And unfortunately, that was just a pure accident between the two. There was no blame there at all. I believe they were trying to work together and it just went a bit wrong, that's all.
Somebody just caught a race car to the face during that, too.
Couple cars got a face card.
Let's take a look at that. That was
Champion's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I saw. It was Champion.
Oh, Ethan Legler.
Ethan
Legler as well, yeah. So, Kevin Pasquich, you can get your hate mail coming to, that's Sam Cooper Bennett at Cork, Ireland, P.O. Box OU812. Because I interviewed him earlier while you were away, Tony, and I may have jinxed him.
Okay, so Kevin, next year when Sam comes for Super Dirt Week, just meet us in Oswego. And we'll let Karen hold him while you use his mommy-daddy button for a speed bag.
What are you talking about? Karen will kick the crap out of me herself. She doesn't need KP.
Well, no, they're going to take turns.
Yeah. There's going to be a whole queue of people. Step right up for your free ass kickings.
So if you too would like to join us at Super Dirt Week 2019 in Oswego, New York, you can your buy your tickets now. And just remember, all you have to do is buy a Vocal Broadcasting T-shirt, and you get a free shot at Sam's Nuts.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're under caution here. Tyler Vickery is your man at the point. I believe we are going to have a one-lap shootout here, so Tyler Vickery's just got to keep his concentration here at this, for this one last lap.
That was the math that Scotty Brinson just did. He looks like we are going to have a one-lap dash for all the marbles.
Yeah. And Tyler Vickery, I mean, he has got to be absolutely sweating bullets in that number 24 machine right now. Because I've been in this situation before. I'm pretty sure you guys have been in this situation as well. You're going to have a one-lap shootout to win your first ever race in a league like this, and you've got some really fast guys behind you, and you want to keep them behind you. The nerves have got to be going absolutely crazy at this point.
If the rear wing is 4 feet wide, you'll want to make it 20 feet wide, especially this restart if you're Tyler. I mean, we've seen it tonight. The leader is not the place you want to be on a restart. So if you look through the field at who's in the best position, you got to think of Martinez and Samard as being the guys in the catbird seat. They'll be able to get a run on these guys in front and potentially slingshot their way to the victory. But yeah, I don't think Tyler is going to give them the fight that he is going to give the fight. Sage is not, because he wants to preserve that championship tonight.
Tyler's only chance is to hang off the pace car about 3 car lengths. And then the pace car twitches, Texas to start. And for those of you not familiar with dirt track racing, what we mean by that is the leader controls the restart. If the leader whacks the throttle and gets the guy on the outside to jump, the guy on the outside then has to climb on the brakes, which is going to stack up the outside line. The guy behind you is now going to step on the brakes because he's picked up the throttle. Now he's got to go back to the brake to stay off you.
That's the race.
We are 2 to go.
Not the race, I think.
Yeah, the lights are still on the pace car. That means that's the race, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Vickery is going to claim the victory here tonight. Wow! So, not only is Tyler Vickery going to win his first ever Top Fuel race, Sage Karam is going to claim the championship here tonight, guys.
Yeah, good for Tyler. He deserved to win after all the horrendous luck he's had, so good job to Tyler.
Absolutely. And I'm guessing the emotions are going to be running high down in that Phenomenal Evolution chat right now.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go speak to the young gunner before we get him into the interview.
Okay.
I will also join.
So Nate Siefka and Tony Trapasso, members of Phenomenal Evolution, going down to congratulate their teammate Tyler Vickery, who, because of this caution being extended, has been given the race win here tonight. But your man that has claimed the championship tonight is Mr. Sage Karam. But that is not confirmed until we cross that line. And Tyler Vickery just cannot wait for this race. This race can't end quick enough for Mr. Vickery. As the white flag is out now, Tyler Vickery only has to make one more circulation behind the pace car. And the race is his.
confirmed Tyler Vickery, your victor tonight. Text message from his teammate Ronnie Osmer. Hell effing yeah, way to go, brother.
Absolutely, and this has been a long time coming for Tyler Vickery. I mean, he's been trying so hard, and he's had so much bad luck. I mean, he's no longer a member of the Bad Luck Club, by the way.
Yeah, well, he's definitely no longer the president.
No, that goes to me now.
Yeah, and I'm the new sergeant at arms.
Paul Crumride's a member of that too.
Well, you know, I can't feel too bad about tonight's race. Spent most of the night in the top end after that first stint.
Yeah.
You know, especially considering that this is the first time I've had my wheel on my desk since the Rolex 24 at Daytona back in January.
Absolutely. I mean, all of Phenomenal Evolution have run impressively tonight. Joe Morganti's been up there. Sage, Chiefka's been up there tonight. KP's been up there. But the man that has brought it to the checkered flag is coming down the start-finish straight now. That is the man known as Tyler Vickery. He is going to claim his first ever victory in Top Fuel Racing. What a moment for this boy, because he has tried so hard for this victory. And in that moment, Sage Karam becomes your Top Fuel Racing Summer Lites Series champion.
Which one of those two gentlemen would you like to talk to first, Sam?
Let's talk to our. Let's go 3-2-1 first. Let's talk to Damon first, and then we'll build up to it. We'll go to Damon first, then we'll go to Tyler, and then we'll go to our champion.
All right, and I think you're with Damon Martinez now.
Absolutely, Damon. Got the pole here tonight, but unfortunately fell back through the race. Was that a bit of strategy there from yourself, or was it just because you didn't quite have the speed there? Damon?
Oh, me?
Damon. Damon.
Hello, Damon.
Well, we'll come back to Damon in a minute. We'll throw him back down into the green room.
All right, let's go to our second place finisher in the race tonight. Didn't win the battle, but won the war. Mr. Sage Karam, your Summer 2018 Summer Lites champion. How does that sound, Sage?
Hey, sounds pretty good. I haven't won a championship since Indy Lights in 2013, so to win a championship in something, I feel pretty good.
Well, now, confirm or deny, on that last pit stop, how short do you think you were on fuel?
Yeah, we didn't have enough fuel. Me and Damon both didn't have enough fuel. We, you know, we were running in the draft at the back at most of the race, so the calculations that we were showing, we only needed to take a gallon on that last stop, and we would have been able to make it. Then when we came out of the pits, we were around nobody. We had such a good pit stop. I mean, we literally jumped everybody, and we're on our own. So we had to go from running 50% throttle the whole race to 100, and the fuel went a lot quicker than it did earlier in the race. So we quickly realized that, hey, we didn't have the fuel to make it. So we let Tyler catch up to us, let him pass us, and then I just wanted to sit behind him and save fuel. And then thankfully, when he got in front and I was able to go back to 50% throttle, I was going to make it, but I was going to make it with about 0.08 of a gallon left. And then the yellow came out, and unfortunately we didn't get to go back to green. But yeah, we were just sitting there behind him. Wish we got to finish the race because I think we had a good shot at winning this thing. But, happy for Tyler. He's a good kid. He had some bad luck. So for him to get his first win in the league, being at Indianapolis, that's pretty cool for him. So good job to him, and good job to my teammates tonight. Just happy that, like you said, we won the war, and can go to sleep tonight knowing that, this is over with and we can just focus on the IndyCar title now.
Yeah, you got to be proud of that when you're speaking to your team. You guys finished 1-2 in the championship standings. A total of 3 wins on the season between the three of you. Is there any game plan you want to share for the upcoming race at Monza?
Just hopefully keep doing what we're doing. Damon's pretty quick at Monza. I felt pretty good at Monza. Rick, he's getting there. I think right now he's inside the top 10 for sure at Monza, but we shoot to be 1, 2, 3, and we know I'm doing everything I can to help these guys out, get them where they need to be. I'm sending them onboard videos of laps I'm doing there, and just trying to make the learning process, a lot less of a steep. So we'll see. I think they're gonna be good. We've been running strong all year, so I'm gonna try and make every race. What really hurt me in this championship was I missed the Pocono race, so I had to really fight back. I had to get some wins at the end there, and that's why I was so close. I had to come back from missing a race, and I wish Ronnie was still racing. He always gives good fights. We had a good little rivalry going. Not like a rivalry. I like the kid, but you know what I mean. Like we would just go wheel to wheel every week. So would have been nice if it go with him, but it was fun. Just a lot of fun this whole season, and can't wait for more.
Oh, it was a friendly rivalry.
Yeah, friendly. Obviously we want to win and beat each other, but it was never any maliciousness or anything. He put on the back of his rear wing the one race, how's the view, Sage, and on good fun, whatever. But it is what it is, and I knew every time I came into a race, I knew Ronnie was going to be a guy to shoot to beat. So he set the bar high. So having him around was a lot of fun racing with him. But it's next man up in this league, and there's always guys that are coming in that are running strong, and it's a super competitive league. And you got to bring your A game no matter who you're racing against in this league, because they're all bringing it. So just happy to come out of this one second. I was hoping to be in the top 5. I wanted to win, but I knew I didn't have to. So just happy to come out with a second place finish, because this race could have went 1,000 different ways, and probably went the best way it could tonight for me.
Yeah, I know the feeling about it. It could have gone 1,000 different ways. But again, congratulations on the championship, Sage. Hard-fought championship, well-earned victory in the overall battle. Looking forward to seeing you Wednesday night at Monza.
Yep, thanks guys. Thanks for doing the broadcasting and everything, and really helps out. Let my friends and stuff watch. So thank you guys. It's definitely a cool league to be a part of when you get the broadcasting and the competition we got. Thanks to Top Fuel Racing. They do a great job. Scott Brinson, putting everything he's got into this league, keep it going. It's definitely one of the premier leagues on iRacing. So thanks to all those people. Thanks to my family, friends, girlfriend, everybody. It was a fun little ride this Summer Lites series, and we still got about 75% of the IndyCar Championship left. So hopefully all those people will stay on board, and we'll have a good little championship there, and can come back and maybe do one of these interviews in the near future again.
Fair enough. We'll let you get back down and celebrate the championship with your team. Again, congratulations, Sage.
Yep, thanks, guys.
And before we go on to our race winner tonight, Sam, I do want to give a special shout out to Scotty Brinson for everything he does for this league. Putting on the races, getting securing the sponsorship for the race purses and the championship purses. Scotty Brinson is one of the hardest working men I know, and I cannot thank him enough for everything that he does for this league.
Absolutely, and he's a good friend of ours. He's a top guy, or as we call him in England, a top bloke. But yeah, he's one of our best friends. He's the nicest guy you're ever going to come across. Just don't piss him off, because he will kick your ass. But anyway,
true story. Do we want to go to Damon, or do we want to go to Tyler first?
I'll let you interview Damon, and I'll have a word with Tyler.
So let's see if we got Damon yet. Damon Martinez, Tony up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Yeah. How's it going?
Well, congratulations on the podium. We just talked to Sage and kind of let the cat out of the bag that you guys were just a tick short on fuel, and you guys were going into fuel conservation mode when that final round of green flag stop cycled through.
Yeah, we were going to run out at least a lap or two before, and then we just had to get in Vickery's draft, and would have barely made it. We might have ran out right at the line, honestly.
So you guys were cutting it that close then?
Yeah, because we took just a quick gallon just to make it to the end of the race, but then we were doing so well leapfrogging each other, I think we just burned more fuel than we anticipated.
Fair enough, but you've got to be happy coming to the hallowed grounds of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and coming out of here with a podium like that in the 2018 season finale for the Top Fuel Racing Series Summer Lites Series.
Oh yeah, it was great. Got the pole position, so that's always good to have. And then nothing wrong with the podium. I'll take that. It was a great race.
Absolutely. But moving forward, the full-blown Indy cars move on to Monza on Wednesday, and from what I'm being told, you're one of the men to beat so far.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit of luck because, of course, Sage and Steve are gonna come down from the mothership to race with us. But hopefully, something can happen where I can make a pass.
Well, Monza is an entity all to its own. So, it takes a lot of luck and a lot of skill to survive that track. But looking forward to seeing how that one all plays out on Wednesday. You definitely gave us a good show tonight. Congratulations again on the podium. Congratulations to your whole team. I believe the entire Ravon Motorsports team finished in the top 5 in the point standings.
Oh, really?
I believe so.
No, Damon was a bit further down. He was down at the bottom end of the
Yeah,
top 10.
Damon was way down.
Yeah, I had a few DNFs.
Okay, so you put it in. Okay, so the whole thing put it in the top 10, which is, that's something to really be proud of, especially with all the talent that's in the Top Fuel Racing League. Something to really hang your hat on, and moving forward, with the team that you're with, arguably one of the strongest teams in the league right now. Talk to us your thoughts about moving forward with the team.
Well, it's really, I don't think I've improved as much as I have without Sage helping me out, getting better. That guy's so much help. Even in ovals, he's just tells you what to do, and it just works perfectly almost all the time. Makes you realize how much you don't know.
Fair enough. Well, Damon, anybody else you want to thank before we let you go tonight?
Yeah, of course. I want to thank Sage and Rick Ravon for having me on the team. And I want to thank my buddy Brandon, who watches all these races. I'll link him to him. He's probably my biggest supporter so far.
Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
All right. Well, Damon, again, congratulations on the podium here at Indy, and looking forward to seeing what you can do at Monza on Wednesday.
Yeah, thank you very much. You guys have a good night.
You too, sir.
Good job, Damon.
That was our third place finisher, Damon Martinez, as we are going to bring in the man of the moment, Tyler Vickery, the most emotional man out on track right now. Tyler, how does that feel?
I'm just...
Has it sunk in yet?
Oh, that I've somehow out-strategized Sage there fuel-wise? No, definitely not. Oh my goodness, I was shocked. I knew when Sage and Damon, when I saw them pit, I was going to be curious on how much longer I would have gone before pitting. My time of when I decided to pit was shortly after I went around the first lap car, and I don't remember off the top of my head which number it was.
It was
after that,
Karam Brigeli, I think.
Okay, yeah. After I passed him, and I'm looking at the relatives, seeing how everyone else is running, Mark Walker, and that, I was like, I probably should dive it in. And oh man, I dove it in, and I have to say that was probably the textbook pit stop I could ever do. I mean, I went in before I even got to the yellow cones. I think I was still going like 110, 120 before I finally hit the brakes and hit the pit limiter at the perfect time, where I hit 60. Stop was perfect. I was contemplating on, after I talked with Damon and Sage after that race, finding out that they put 1 gallon in. I actually put 2 gallons in, and I timed it until I was like where my shout out to Joe Real Timing real quick. I made sure I was at like a half a gallon over to where I would definitely make it, and then came out of the pits and I saw them there. I'm like, I might have a chance to catch up to them, and I had to use Jay's draft, even though I know he was damaged, but just that enough draft was able to help. And I wow, what a finish.
Yeah, and you've got to be happy with that. Finally shaking off all of that bad luck, Tyler. I mean, Me and Tony just finally agreed that you're no longer the president of the Bad Luck Club. I've taken over that mantle now. But Tyler, what happens going forward from this? I mean, this has got to give you a ton of confidence getting your first win in Top Fuel Racing, and it's got to give you a lot of confidence going into Wednesday's race, right?
Oh yeah, Wednesday it's gonna be fun. It gives me a definitely confident boost going into Wednesday as well as the week after. It's a lot of the leagues I've been in lately. I've had some really bad luck. This was the kind of booster I needed, and it's definitely going to probably end up staying. Even as when I in real life, as I bowl real life, that'll probably give me some more confidence as well when I bowl real life in 2 weeks' time. So I'm happy with how I finished. So I'm loving it.
Well, on behalf of both of Broadcasting, I would like to let you know, Tyler, that you are now the BOFA driver of the night, starting shotgun on the field from pit road.
Yeah.
And winning the damn thing.
And the funny thing was, a lot of stuff has happened recently. Originally, I was doing other stuff. I don't know if a lot of people have heard, but lately, I'm going to be switching. I was originally going to a community college here close by to Orlando. I'm actually going to be changing now, and starting in November, I'm going to be going to Full Sail University for a program called the Dan Patrick School of Broadcasting. So once I start there, I don't know what my race schedule will be like, but I have to admit I can't wait to go there. And after all the stuff that's been going on with esports community, earlier today, I don't know if a lot of you guys heard about the shooting up in Jacksonville. A lot of that I was focused on that, as already knowing with how a lot of the sports broadcasters are going to be wanting to see what's going on. I didn't think about this race until like not too long ago, where I got to thank Joe for seeing that Joe was live streaming his in-car cam, because honestly, I probably would not even have been in the race if I didn't even look to see that Joe was on, and kind of glad I did now, because man, that was all the worth it.
Yeah, and thoughts go out to the families and friends of the victims that were in today's shooting. And yeah, this broadcast definitely goes out to them. And a Florida native bringing home the win tonight, so definitely a good one for that as well. And I'm guessing you're going to dedicate that win to those guys as well, yeah?
Yeah, and I've been starting to talk to some of the other guys for Full Sail University, and some of those guys, even though they are on different esport games, a lot of the esport pros are all at a community. So it's definitely has been a hard hit, especially with those two, and it's kind of sad with how everything from all of the different news are from what we've been hearing, as well as some of the stuff from behind the scenes from some of the actual team managers for some of these teams that these players are on. It's really sad that it came down to that point, but that's the sad thing with it. But it's honestly it's going to the whole esport community, because those two guys, from what I've heard, were really two great guys.
Anyway, looking ahead to Wednesday, Tyler, I know you just mentioned it's going to be a fun race, but what are your thoughts on going to Monza this coming Wednesday?
Well, I love that track. I'm very good with the GT3 cars. I'm kind of glad that first chicane is not there, because I can already see, especially when a lot of other GT3 races I've done, open wheel cars trying to go through that first chicane. Oh boy, that's going to be.
Luckily it's without that first chicane. So
yeah.
Now
the fun part will be the second chicane.
Yeah, the second chicane isn't much better. But anyway, Tyler, fantastic victory tonight. Your first ever victory in Top Fuel Racing. Anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's win?
Definitely you guys for broadcasting it. Phenomenal evolution after all of the stuff and shenanigans that happened a month ago now. Thank them for bringing me back on board. Full Sail University, just because I'm going to be starting with them in November. I want to shout out to some of the bowling reps that I've talked with. Storm Bowling, Brunswick Bowling, and then also I'm looking at trying to get some apparel on Apparel EFX. Those are the guys I've mainly been giving some shout outs for because they've got some great equipment and great apparel for anything bowling and anything in general.
Okay, Tyler. Well, one more time, congratulations. Scott, have you got a few words for him? Oh, Scott's not here. Anyway,
Nope.
Tyler, congratulations one more time. Go and celebrate your win with your teammates, and we'll see you tomorrow night in the Passenger Truck Series.
Yes, thank you.
So that was our winner, Tyler Vickery. Scott, are you back yet? I just want to see if get a few words from you.
Yeah, I just got back.
Okay. So...
real quick, Sam, two things. One, Scott Brinson, I want to thank you for everything that you do for this league and all the hard work and dedication that you put in to making Top Fuel Racing work as well as it does. Secondly, I do want to apologize for the outburst that I had shortly after my retirement from the race. That was uncalled for and definitely I let my emotions get the better of me, so I do apologize for that. But again, I do thank you for putting on such a class league, as far as from the administrators that you've brought in to help you police the inmates, shall we say? But just hands down, some of the best driving that I've seen has come from Top Fuel. It's always a barn burner whenever we come to a Top Fuel race, plain and simple. And that's solely on your shoulders as the fact of the quality of drivers that you bring into this league week in and week out, Scott. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Tony. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you and Sam taking the time out of your schedules every week to show up to broadcast the races so we can all have a chance to go back and watch them. Because I think if we weren't on YouTube, the car turnouts wouldn't be quite like they are. And I just want to thank all the drivers that come out and support this thing. You know, they're the ones that keep it going. I'm the one that just keeps it organized, gets everything set up, ready to go, keeps the bills paid, all that kind of stuff. I do manage all the drama, though, and thankfully we didn't have a lot tonight. And, yeah, I want to apologize to Kyle Streichars, too. I kind of gave him a little bit of grief in there because I thought it was him, but it turned out it was someone else. And that person got DQ'd in that moment, and that's why I didn't see him, and I thought it was Kyle. So that was my bad, Kyle. I don't know if he'll hear it, but I'll send him a PM. I'll make sure he knows. But either way, just want to thank all the drivers that come out. And while I got the floor here, I want to thank Mr. Sage Karam for coming out and taking the time out of his nights as well to give this league a chance to come here and race. And he had a lot of success. I want to congratulate him on winning his first Top Fuel Racing championship here, winning the Summer Lites Championship. He won the Lights Championship in real life, and now he's won the Lights Championship here in Top Fuel Racing. So congratulations to him, and he definitely earns it. I'm pretty sure he won 3 races over the course of the 8-race season, and he handed us our ass on a weekly basis in that sense. So I look forward to racing him the rest of the IR18 season, and congratulations to his teammate Rick Ravon as well, who was able to slip by me and finish second in the points. So Ravon Motorsports looking strong there in the Summer Lites Series, and congratulations to those guys. And lastly, I want to congratulate Tyler Vickery. I know he's been chomping at the bit for a long time. I know he's had a lot of bad luck here in this league, and I know that if there's someone out there that is really going to appreciate the win, it'll be Tyler. So congratulations, Tyler, and enjoy it. And other than that, man, I thanked everybody else earlier. So
yeah, and yeah, you definitely put up a good fight though for this race, Scott. Running up front for the most part, and unfortunately that incident ending your chances of the championship here tonight. But definitely put up.
Yeah, go figure. Usually when that kind of stuff happens to me, when I get broke like that or I go a lap down, usually it'll go green the rest of the way. I always tell Crumride that, well, you guys go green the rest of the way. Now you guys are good. And sure shit, no, it did happen again tonight. So never got a chance. Then the caution came out too late. I kind of figured that was going to happen. You know what? I had just decided I was going to get in front of Ravon and try to get in front of some of them other guys. And I had 0.4 gallons of fuel when that came out. I paid it anyway and went in and got some fuel. I thought we were going to get a restart, but we didn't. I didn't lose any spots because of it, but had I got up there a couple laps sooner and passed some of them guys, it might have been a little different as far as that goes. But Rick was able to beat me out. He had a clean race, so good job to him.
Yeah, and you still put up a good fight though, Scott, and you finished strong in the season, even though you had that incident near the end. But looking back,
I'm glad it's over, to be honest.
I was going to say, looking back on the season, it's been a very, very competitive season from a broadcaster standpoint. I mean, 8 races. We've had 5 different winners from the first 5 races. You got to be happy with how the season turned out on the whole.
Yeah, I am. Like I said, I wasn't intending for this series to be broadcasted. When you offered to do that, I think it really helped with the car counts. And Sam, a lot goes out to you for you stepping up to do that. You took the time out of your Sunday evenings, which are your Sunday mornings. I don't think people realize what time it is over there, but let's tell everybody what time it is. Yeah, 4:20 a.m. over there, folks. And he makes sure he's here to broadcast these races. So, Sam, I appreciate you for doing that, man, and bringing the Lights series to life and allowing us to have the kind of season we did. And it was very competitive. I personally didn't have a good season, and I'm glad it's over with. I usually get my ass kicked in the Lights series, but that's all right. We'll get back to what I like doing on Wednesday nights, and more focused on that. So, and it's football season, focused on my Raiders too.
And yeah, football season starts.
Get ready for a fantasy football draft this coming next weekend. So I've been trying to do that as well as mixing all the racing stuff. It's hard.
Yeah, and I believe there might be a classic series coming up soon on
that next winter after football season.
Yeah. So watch for that one once the football season is over. We will be bringing you the Top Fuel Indy Classics, the Winter Classics, I think it's going to be called. Anyway,
something like that.
Yeah.
We haven't nailed it down yet, but we'll come up with something in reference to it.
That'll be involving the good old Lotus 79. So, gonna be an interesting.
If that's the case, remind me I need to send a paint scheme to Paul Crumry.
Okay.
Something that's not 7-Up. Anyway, Scott, congratulations on a great season I know not from your standpoint, but from a league standpoint, you put on a great show for everybody's entertainment. And we'll be looking forward to Wednesday night. I'll be on track, obviously. I've been practicing hard for that race, so I'm ready. What are your thoughts going into Wednesday night?
Well, I'm going to take the rest of tonight off from racing, and then tomorrow and Tuesday, I'll hammer out some laps. And when we go to these road courses, man, I'm just not on the level as the Seafkers and the Karams and those kind of guys. I'd like to be. I just haven't gotten there yet. Maybe one of these days. So I just have a game plan of keeping the car on the track and just trying to get the best finish I can and manage through these road courses, and then just race my ass off when we get to the ovals and try to win some of these races to, kind of counterbalance it. It feels like racing Chase Hudson all over again. I know Sage and Rick and those guys, they don't know who Chase is, but I've been in the battles before. I've been in the thick of the shit with Chase Hudson and racing him, and that one season where he had that big monstrous lead on me and I chopped it all down and come back and got the lead on him, and even I was stunned at all that, and I didn't hold on to it, but either way, it shows you it's never over until it's over. You just got to keep fighting, and it's going to be a fight all year long. I mean, it's not just Sage and Rick and his team. It's a lot of other guys. It's the Hollingsworths and the Mayatos and the Samards and all these guys, man. They're going to be chomping at the bit, and there's a lot of others. It's not just those guys. The field is full of competitors now, and I love it.
And you've got to admit that in the last season that, with the emergence of one of the newer teams, everybody's really stepped their game up to be competitive with these guys.
Well, you have to. When it's especially when you get a team like that team's got, they're all pretty strong. So it makes the teams that are here now, and this whole team thing's brand new to the league, so we're all getting used to it together. It's always been pretty much, solo stuff. People just kind of hang out together, and they were half-assly a team, but they really weren't. But now people are really thinking with that team concept and that team thinking mind going into it. So it has made a big difference, like you were saying, Tony.
Absolutely. And you got to admit that, Turn 3 Motorsports, strong top to bottom. Rated R Motorsports, strong, top to bottom. Phenomenal Evolution is starting to rebuild after one of their stronger drivers is now no longer able to drive, at least for the time being.
I thought you were going to talk about me then.
No, they're in a rebuilding process. You're rated R Racing, Sam. I mean, like I said, that team is strong top to bottom. Just some of the kids are, president of the Bad Luck Club.
Yep.
And then of course you've got the elephant in the room. You've got Ravon Motorsports that now with their fourth driver coming in, that team is going to be very strong top to bottom, and the other teams are really going to have their game just on point every single race from here on out to be able to have a shot at those guys.
Absolutely. Well, that is going to do it for us tonight, I think. Before we go anywhere, though, let's go through our results for the race, as I'm going to play some...
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Oh, that's going to get me copyright strike. Anyway, let's go through our results as Tyler Vickery bringing home a very, very popular victory. His first ever victory for Top Fuel Racing. He beats the likes of Sage Karam, who finishes second. David Martinez finishing third. Kris Samard and Keith Mayato rounds out the top five. Kevin O'Brien comes home sixth. Mark Legler seventh. Ethan Legler eighth. Carl Strychar's ninth. And Johnny Antonucci rebounding for a very good top 10, Tony.
Rick Ravon coming home in 11th. Scotty Brinson rebounding for 12th. Good finish there after all the troubles. Mark Walker in 13th. Jake Champion in 14th. Kyle Paskowicz, first car lap down in 15th. Jeff Hollingsworth in 16th. Paul Crumry in 17th. Karen Bergelli in 18th. Joe Morganti in 19th. Robert Dudley in 20th. Michael Jeans 21st. Chris Walker 22nd. Some Asshole in 23rd. And Nate Siefker rounding out the field in 24th.
Who was that 23rd? I'm curious.
I don't know, some idiot in the 315.
Oh, you. Okay. Anyway. That is going to do it for us. That is going to do it for us tonight here.
Gotta appreciate a guy that'll crack on himself, folks.
Anyway, that is going to do it for us tonight. A fantastic race here at Indianapolis. I did promise that it was going to be a good one, and they certainly followed through tonight and put on a great show. Tyler Vickery bringing home his first ever Top Fuel victory, and Sage Karam, your 2018 Summer Lites champion. That's going to do it for this season. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday. That's when Top Fuel Racing returns to its full-time schedule, when we go to Italy and the famous Monza circuit. My name is Sam Cooper Bennett, and joining me in the booth is Scott Brinson. Tony Trapasso in the booth too, also was on the track as well as Scott Brinson. All that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green, and congratulations to Tyler Vickery, and most certainly congratulations to the new champion, Sage Karam. We'll see you tomorrow night live on Beaufort Broadcasting from Martinsville for the Paskey's Cardiac Truck Series.